Hey, yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to Reflections of a DJ, the R.O.A.D podcast presented by DJ City. I'm one of your hosts, DJ Crooked. We got DJ Neva.
Yo, what up?
We have Jamie the Great.
Yep.
DJ D Miles is MIA right now. He's getting his ass fixed. He'll be back here next week. But no, big shout out. D Miles is good. He's just MIA.
I hope he gets better.
He's not. He's fine. He's just MIA right now.
I don't know, man. He just left. He was here 5 minutes ago. He just bounced.
Nah, you're lying. No, shout to D Miles. He's fine. In place of D Miles, we got our fifth musketeer here. We got P Dot.
What up?
P Dot usually behind the cameras. Now you're in front of the cameras, so you're over here.
Yeah.
What's good? What's good?
What's up?
Good to have you here, man. Good to have you. All right, so this is we haven't had an episode with us just kind of talking and shooting the shit in a while.
No.
Yeah. So there's been a lot that's been going on. Mm-hmm. I can't even keep up with all the new music that's coming out. It's like fucking crazy.
It's a little too much.
So much music, and yet there's nothing getting played in the club. So I love it. Hey, we're still playing the same fucking songs from like year. 2 months ago. Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to talk about a few things that happened, and we was in LA 2-3 weeks ago.
So about 2 weeks 10 days ago.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago we was in LA, and then we had it was Sujit Kundu's birthday bash in LA. Sometimes it's in New York. Mm-hmm. He's the owner of Scam Artists, and Neva and I are part of his management and shit like that. But yeah, we went to his birthday. Yeah, and we did a road trip to LA. And somehow Jamie got invited to the dinner.
I know, right? So let me paint the picture. So we went to the Scam offices and we're hanging out, and then you guys went somewhere else, and I ended up with Sujit in his office, and then he's like,
"You ended up alone with Sujit."
Yeah, and then pause, and then
no pause.
And then we were.
That's how we got into the dinner.
Let me paint the picture.
Sujit fucked the shit out of
Sujit had him in the office.
First, Sujit comes up to me and goes, "Yeah, we're gonna fucking kill this city today." I was like, I mean, okay, like fine. And then he said, "You coming to the dinner?" I said, "No, I'm not coming to the dinner." And he was like, "What's your last name?" And I told him my last name. And then he's like, "You're coming to the dinner." I said, "I don't have nothing to wear," because it was like formal, and I only had like a shirt and some jeans.
So the dress code for his dinner was like a black suit.
It was black, like black and white.
Black and white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Yo, I don't have anything to wear, Suj." And it was like 3 hours till the fucking dinner, and he's like, "Just come like this." So I fucking listened to him. So I show up to the dinner, and everybody's like dripped and draped, and then I was just in like, I looked like I worked at the fucking restaurant, and then everybody was clowning on me. Everyone just clowning about not wearing a suit.
I don't know. I felt some type of way about him being invited to the dinner.
I know, right?
I feel like you don't deserve to
I didn't
dinner.
deserve it. I
Then
should
why
have
did
not
you
gone.
go?
Because I just got invited last minute.
Meanwhile,
and I felt like you should have had on at least a button-up shirt.
It was super last minute. I could have just run to Target or whatever.
Run to Target?
You don't have no shirts at your house?
No, everything's in Vegas. I didn't prepare for this, guys.
I don't think you should have went to that dinner.
You could have went to H&M, got yourself a $30.
Listen, I didn't think about it or whatever. But yeah, I should not have been at that dinner first and foremost. But I looked like I worked at the restaurant, and yeah. This shit was funny.
I mean, the dinner was dope, and then we had the after party at Highlight Room.
Yeah.
And then Sujit I talked to Sujit about having us, the R.O.A.D podcast, DJ the shit. Mm-hmm. And he was yelling at me all night to
I got a couple of text messages
to pick up the energy and to drop hits. Just drop hits, keep dropping hits.
What are y'all doing? Y'all ruining the party.
Y'all ruining my party.
I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
And then Jamie Foxx got on, right?
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx got on the microphone.
On the mic with one of his goonies.
He looks like one of the shooters.
His weed carrier. That's what, I don't know if you.
For some reason, so the after party was at Highlight Room. For some reason, you can't have the mic on a certain level. Yeah. Because it like the mic blasts outside on the terrace. I don't know, something about noise complaints and hotel guests. I don't know what was going on. So they had everyone's mic like at level 4. Yeah. And the music's like level 9, 10. So then Jamie Foxx is yelling at me to turn up his mic. Everyone thinks I'm the sound guy. They're asking me for aux play. Do you have the aux? We want to, can you download his new song? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I was just like, the whole time I'm juggling. Of course, Jamie Foxx gets on. when I'm DJing, right? Actually, Little John
let's
got
start
off
off with Lil Jon first.
Yeah, so
while I was DJing.
Neva was DJing and Little John. That was the Taco Tuesday time, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, he comes to the booth. He's like, "Yo, what version of Taco Tuesday you have?" I'm like, "What version?" I got the original.
Got the guacamole.
And he seemed kind of upset. I only had that version, and I didn't have.
Wait, are there other versions?
I guess so.
I don't know. If
Do you
there's
guys
other
know of
versions.
any?
I
other
have no
versions?
idea.
No, I
And
don't
then
know.
I didn't have it queued up to the spot where he goes Taco Tuesday, and he got mad at that also.
Because it's just the horns.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, I'm like, oh man, it was like I was kind of pissed off a little bit.
What did he tell you?
Nah, he was just like, yo, why you don't have it queued up? And I'm just like, yo, I don't know, man.
Sorry,
I wanted to tell him because I don't play the song. But I didn't want to go there, so I was just like, man. So and then he got kind of upset with me again because he asked if I had Stevie Wonder "Happy Birthday,"
Yeah.
which I did have, but I didn't have it queued up at the spot when Stevie sings "Happy Birthday."
Because if you do events and you gotta have the Stevie. I think when you do events, you have to have the Stevie Wonder "Happy Birthday" song.
Yeah,
But the first verse is so fucking
It's really
long.
long,
Man.
yeah.
It's like 2 minutes long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, Stevie's just singing for 2 minutes in the first verse,
Yeah.
and then it finally leads to "Happy Birthday." So like, when I was in New York, I would do a couple of private events, and of course they would be like, "Yo, play Happy Birthday. We want to hear the Stevie Wonder version," but I'd be like, "Fuck!" Like it'd be dragging for 2 minutes. So I already knew I had to cue it up, but you didn't have it queued
I
up.
didn't have it queued up.
It
And
should
then,
be queued
then
up.
I
though.
played it. First, he was like, "Yo, if you have this song, you're the best DJ I've ever met." And luckily, I was scared at first because I didn't think I had the song.
Yeah.
But I did have it, and I'm like, "Yo, I got it." Boom.
So you're the best.
So
DJ.
then the DJ, someone started, and Cricket tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, "Yo, cue it up to when he says Happy Birthday." And I didn't have my headphones at the time, so I tried to cue it up by reading the waves.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it at the point where he says Happy Birthday. It was like,
Well, you want to get it to that bridge right before Happy.
and I got it to that bridge, but it was like out of nowhere. And Lil Jon got pissed. He was like, "Oh, there we go. You ruined that." Right now." And I'm like, and it was embarrassing because everybody's looking at me, and Lil Jon is pissed off.
He didn't need to say that though.
Yeah,
He could
exactly.
have just let it. He could have just went through and just kept
Exactly.
talking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
on the
So I
mic.
was just like, I was like, oh fuck. I was kind of upset, but I just like,
Yo, never was he. He was a little tight. He did one of this shit with the headphones. He went like,
Chill. Those headphones are already broken.
And then
motherfucker.
Cricket was holding me back. He was like, "Yo, man, chill."
No,
He's
no.
like, they
Yo.
taking pictures and they looking at you.
Hold
Def.
on, because like
Those
yo,
videos.
first of all, you got Little John in the sombrero,
Yes.
and then you have Sujit next to him in a sombrero,
Yeah.
and they're waiting for. I don't know, like a champagne. What is that?
No, they
What
was
do you call
waiting
it?
for people
a
to-
presentation with Del Taco, and they
Yeah.
were gonna hand out tacos to all of these motherfuckers at the dinner, right?
Yeah.
And then we were playing You were playing Taco Tuesday,
Yeah.
And the Del Taco tacos weren't coming out. So
But
at one
in late-
point, Sujit was like, "Where the fuck are my tacos?"
He said, "Where are my 1,000 tacos or some shit like that?"
He's like, "Yo, where the fuck are my tacos? Where the fuck are my tacos?" And then, yo, like everybody was facing the DJ booth with their phone out, and Neva is over here throwing his headphones, and,
"About to snuff John."
and I was just like, "Yo, like Nev, like these motherfuckers are watching. Like you don't want like a viral video to get out there with you like throwing your headphones and Taco Tuesday getting played and shit like this. It's just not. It's not a good look. Like,
That was funny.
but no, I mean, I don't know, man. Like." That type of chaos, like that,
It was so much going on.
there was a
man.
lot going on.
There was a lot going on.
There was a lot of people to please.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously it's Sujit's birthday. He's the number one person to please. But when it comes to things like that, you know, I'm sure when you were DJing, it wasn't even about holding down the room. It was like, if I could just hold down the room and please like these 8 people that need to get need to be happy, and then I'm all right.
Yeah.
And then also juggling like the sound guy. I remember the lighting guy, like, I think Jamie was like, turn up my mic. And I went to the sound guy. I said, can you turn up his mic? He was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah.
It's like, yo, that's your job, fam. Like,
And he was just like, you know, he's doing the lights and he's like, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, fam. I said, like, I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, look, it's not, I don't care. but I got Jamie Foxx next to me. So what do you want? And he's like, I know, like, I know. And I mean, besides my face just looking sweaty as fuck, like, I don't know.
With a suit. You had a nice suit on.
Yeah. I mean, I had a little Tommy Hilfiger.
Ooh,
nice little
spicy.
But anyway, but I was just sweating balls. But I was I've been through worse than that. But it was just like a reminder of like, I remember doing events like this, and it's like you got to please so many people. I swear to God, I was talking to like 12 people, and I was like, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna play this song and this song, and then I talked to 12 people. And I'm like, fuck, what was I gonna play? I totally forgot.
Yeah.
And then it's just like it was just a complete hot fucking mess.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was a good time though.
It was a good time. You love that song. You love that song, Taco Tuesday.
I fucking know. I hate the Taco Tuesday movement. That's not even Mexican. I hope everybody knows that shit.
I don't think they know that.
That shit is the worst fucking thing. I hate that.
What do you mean it's not Mexican?
It's not Mexican.
It's got Del Tacos and sombreros. I mean, how can it not?
No, that's not Mexican.
Is it offensive?
Americans right now are really comfortable exploiting and making parodies of like Mexican culture right now.
Here's the crazy part. They're locking people up in cages and they're shooting people in Walmarts that are Mexican, and then they're fucking making everything a parody of Mexican culture, which is the weirdest shit right now. Like, you don't know how to feel. It's like,
well, how do you feel? You're Mexican.
Well, people are dying and people are getting shot like that. I don't know if you guys seen.
I mean, people are getting deported back.
Deported and getting locked up in cages, little kids, and then you're making fucking Taco Tuesday like a thing.
And you're making songs like Go Loco. Rappers are dressing up like
mariachis.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, so everybody's like, I don't know, exploiting the Mexican culture.
Well, how do you feel? Are you angry?
I'm upset. I mean, I've been upset.
Well, tell us why you mad.
Go Loco. Tell us why you mad.
Tell us why you mad.
Because, okay, I remember I said Go Loco was the worst fucking song in the top of the summer. And it's popping.
Definitely
now.
on the West Coast. I don't think they playing that on the East Coast.
Yeah, I don't think
that shit is trash. But then we said, I said that shit is mad offensive because it's like there was a Mexican ass fucking song, and then they're exploiting the cholo fucking culture and all the gangster shit that that Mexicans are known for, and then fucking and it's like there's no Mexican in that fucking song. It's like they have a Cuban or Puerto Rican guy at the end. So that shit was.
Yeah, we spoke about this.
So that shit was whack first.
But how does Taco Tuesday make you feel?
And then Taco Tuesday now is getting exploited as a thing. I mean, LeBron James is trying to trademark Taco Tuesday, which is the stupidest fucking thing. One, he's not even eating the real tacos that he should be eating on a Tuesday. And then Taco Tuesday is the equivalent to like Cinco de Mayo that everybody thinks is a Mexican holiday, and it's not.
Do you think it's exploitive?
It's starting to get there, yeah.
Do you think LeBron James trademarking Taco Tuesday?
I mean, why does he, of all people, why is he the person that want to trademark?
And the way he says Taco Tuesday, too.
He thinks he made it pop.
No.
He didn't make it pop.
He did kind of make it pop on social media.
That shit's always been a thing, though.
Man.
It's always been a thing, but he feels like he's the face of Taco Tuesday now.
And I think it's worse when he says Taco Tuesday on his videos, and he says, yeah. Mexicans don't sound like that. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do.
Yeah, so, okay, that's great. So him going, Taco Tuesday, that shit.
I don't know what the fuck he got.
What is the equivalent of that?
I don't fucking know.
Like, if someone started like I don't know, Pad Thai Thursdays.
I don't know.
And they're like, oh, Pad Thai Thursday.
Sushi Sunday.
There you go.
Right?
It's equivalent to some dumb
me
shit
so
like that.
hungry for Pad Thai Thursday. Cannot wait for Pad Thai Thursday. Like
It's
that.
the fucking, yes.
It's the same thing, right?
It's fucking upsetting because I'm like,
But why aren't any Mexicans saying anything?
Because
why isn't Salma Hayek
well, I don't.
and Robert Salma Hayek. Yeah, salmonella disease. Why isn't she teaming up with like Robert Rodriguez and all these other Mexican people, all these important Mexicans, and doing something?
One is like we don't give it attention because I think we just like it's like whatever's, but hope it goes away quick, and let that shit exploit yourself. Like let that shit just like.
I don't know if it's that deep. I just don't think.
I don't know. It's dumb.
I don't think people are scared of Mexicans. Maybe.
Ask the Mexican mafia.
First of all, look. There's no political power, right?
Yeah.
There's no political power, and there is no. You guys don't have a lot of power in the entertainment in the
No,
American entertainment
We
thing,
get
right?
shunned a lot. Yes, we get shunned.
But
a lot.
even though you guys are large,
we are one of five.
A large-
We're one of 5 tickets at movie theaters,
exactly.
and
But there seems to be a lack of respect for you guys.
yes,
Why is that?
because we're probably immigrants and we're just the working men.
I think it's a little foul, man.
It is
Yeah.
fucked up.
I think it's foul.
I want to go into what Neva texted me about. Neva texted me about a party that he saw.
Yeah.
Please explain, Neva. What
It
you-
was it's actually we know
We're making this real dramatic, right?
and let's just let Neva.
There's a bunch of people we know, a couple of people we know. They're mostly Asian, right?
Yeah.
Why do you look at the Asian?
No, because it's funny.
Because I know him too.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
He
him
was,
too.
you know the guys.
Yeah.
They did a party, whatever. And it was like a cholo theme party.
Yes.
Like they was all dressed up as cholos.
So a bunch of Asians, probably mostly Filipinos, dressed up as cholos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Throwing
I showed-
up gang signs.
Throwing up gang signs. They had like
The Ben Davis pants on. The
exactly.
Dickies
Yeah. The
with
The
Dickies.
fake face tattoos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bandana.
And I showed it to Jamie. I was like, damn, this is kind of offensive.
Like-
Don't you think?
Never even said I'm offended.
Yeah.
Like it's fucked up.
It's like not too long ago when colleges, like all white colleges, would have like a dress up in blackface.
Oh shit.
I think there's a darker and deeper history with blackface, though.
Yeah, that's.
I
worse.
think with Asians dressing up at cholos, it's ignorant and it's like a bad stereotype, right?
See,
it's
I-
really bad.
What I was talking about with Neva earlier was that I could understand like if it's Halloween, like
Yeah.
if 1 or 2 people do it, but if it's 40, 50, 60 people doing it all together,
Yeah.
like that's kind of wild. Like
But isn't it also that these people probably don't know that many Mexicans, and
I mean, regardless though, like
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
shit.
I know you shouldn't do it, but I'm just saying if I don't know
It's
a
like
lot
me and my family and get like 60 Mexicans having a luau. Like it doesn't go right.
what's wrong with having a
but,
luau?
but like no, it has to be something like way
Way
like-
more. Yeah, maybe I'm being
way more ignorant. Like,
I think the
yo,
thing is
they couldn't do like some famous Mexican people or some powerful Mexican people that had to do like a fake gangster party. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That I think that's part of it too.
That's
well, here's
just
the
crazy.
thing. Let's say I love The Sopranos, right? I love The Sopranos, and Italians actually hate some Italians actually hate
Yeah.
the stigma that
The Guido
all
stereotype.
Italians are like fucking mafia. They
Yeah.
hate like whenever anyone brings up Italians, it's like pizza, mafia. Oh, well, yo, hey, Paulie,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
over here. They hate that shit, and this is just like another form of that. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, motherfuckers want to have a cholo party.
That shit is crazy,
I
bro.
don't know, man.
It's embarrassing. It's ignorant.
I
It's
think
like,
the gang signs and shit.
That shit was
I
too
just think-
much.
I don't
That's
know, man.
crazy. That shit wouldn't fly in.
And if it was in LA, bro, that shit is not flying.
Well, it was a Vegas party, right?
Yeah, it was a Vegas party.
So tell us why you mad. Tell us. You're the representative of Mexicans right
Well, I
now.
just think if you're gonna like, fucking take up our cultures, like, I don't know. It's like it's
They should pay a license? What?
no. Don't pay a license, but don't do it as ignorant as you're fucking doing.
Don't take it that far.
Yeah, like the way you're saying Taco Tuesday, LeBron James is not the fucking. I don't know. Just say Taco Tuesday and that'll be it. But
But
the way
if someone was going to trademark Taco Tuesday, who should trademark it?
Selma Hayek.
Salma Hayek, Robert Rodriguez, Antonio Banderas, I don't know. He's not Mexican, but yeah.
My whole thing is this. If he's going to trademark Taco Tuesday, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not the right person to ask about this because I don't, I think he thinks that in his head and what his people are saying is that you're blowing this shit up.
Yes.
Little John just made a song.
Yes.
And you got to trademark this shit because he's using you to blow up his song.
Yep.
And he's using elements of what you do to blow up the song.
But there's nothing given back to the Mexican community.
Well, yeah, exactly. But now if there's a big Lil Jon song and LeBron James is getting all of this, like he's going viral on social media. And you know what's the most brilliant shit about this Lil Jon song, this Taco Tuesday shit?
What?
This is the most brilliant shit up.
What is it?
Taco Tuesday is gonna go. I mean, it's it's something that you can do on social media every week.
No, that's what LeBron James does every
Yeah.
week. You go on his Instagram right now. We can pull
It's
up the new
every
video.
fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So whenever someone has Taco Tuesday, they're gonna play that song and they're gonna do the LeBron James fucking,
I can't
Taco
do it.
Tuesday, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's the most brilliant shit because it's not like a Christmas song where like once a year you get paid.
That's every
This is
fucking
like
Tuesday.
this is like something you get paid every fucking week, and it's like it gets branded every fucking week.
Yeah.
It's insane. Someone should trademark Pat
Look, let's-
Thursday.
Actually, Jamie. So when at the stables when they play, right?
Yeah.
if they keep them under 100 points, they give out 2 free tacos.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
So what do you think they're gonna do this season?
Oh God, bro! Taco Tuesdays, free coupons at the Staples Center. So yeah,
branding, bro.
Are you the only Mexican that feels this way?
I'm sure there's a lot, but I'm just the one. I'll just say it though. Like I'm sure a lot of Mexicans don't feel like. Even I have black friends that text me like, "Yo, LeBron James out of his fucking mind." I'm like, yeah, but I mean, what you gonna fucking?
I mean, how do you feel about that? That they're not aware of like the cultural appropriation that they're doing?
I mean, they should know about it.
Listen, LeBron James can trademark Taco Tuesday, fine, but you got to go send money to those little kids that are locked up in cages and do some shit about it and use your platform for that. If you're gonna take from our fucking culture, give something back.
It's a lot of responsibility.
I know, right?
I'm sorry. I mean, you want to take a fucking trademark Taco Tuesday, something that's been going on for years in our specific food culture, then you got to do something back. You're being like, I don't know, you're being mad ignorant about it.
I mean, but to play devil's advocate, right? You admitted that Taco Tuesday isn't a Mexican thing. It's kind of self-created.
It's a
so is it really?
It's a play on our shit.
Is it really stealing from Mexican culture if it's not really Mexican culture?
I mean, the taco is the Mexican culture. Like that's our pita. No, tacos are like our pizza, our our famous dish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being too emotional about it.
I mean, I think we should talk to like a motherfucker with a taco stand.
I mean, we'll be in LA and I'll get you guys feedback.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know if this shit is a bad thing. Maybe like all the taco stands are like doubling sales on Tuesdays now.
They probably are, but I don't even think like the real Mexican like taco stands do have any promotions on Tuesdays.
What is that shit with the hard shell? That's not a real taco.
That's not a real taco.
No way.
That's some San Bernardino.
No,
I mean, growing up, I always thought that was an authentic taco.
That's not authentic. The big tortilla is not an authentic real taco from Mexico. The little baby tortilla.
Are flour tortillas even Mexican?
Those are for like burritos and shit.
Or like seafood.
Burritos aren't even Mexican though, are they?
Yeah, they are, but they're not like the taco is that shit.
Yo, remember growing up? Like, what was that company that had the hard shells and we used to buy that shit?
Taquillos.
I know the little girl. I can't think of the company, but
it wasn't. You know what I'm
talking about. I know what you're talking
about.
That's why I thought
that was the only taco shit I knew in New York when I was growing up. It was It was like it was just these hard shell fucking tacos that you would buy like the waffle cones for ice cream.
Yeah,
they would be stacked up.
They would be stacked up. You would have like maybe 3 or 4 that were cracked.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, and my mom's would make it like once a month.
Yeah,
and it was like a.
But this shit was dope.
Once a month.
And you'd buy like the powder packet to put on the ground beef.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
And then you'd have.
It's not real taco.
Salsa and shit. Right?
Shred the cheese.
Yeah, it's not real.
Real taco shouldn't have cheese. Shouldn't be ground beef.
And it shouldn't have no lettuce or sour cream.
Yeah.
I mean, then it's not a taco.
It's not a taco, man. It's not a taco.
That's not a Tuesday taco,
you know what?
bro.
It's a tough thing when America takes something from your culture and bastardizes it because it's not yours anymore.
Nope.
So technically, I think LeBron James has every right to do the taco Tuesday.
I mean, it's very American.
Even Burger King is selling tacos now.
Yeah.
But no one's eating it. No one's eating those tacos, right?
I think somebody buying that.
Not like the chicken sandwich for fucking Popeyes.
Oh, can we talk about that?
Wait,
do we need
the
to talk about that?
I
the
think
sandwich?
So, man.
Did you guys try it?
I never
sold out, fam.
Sold out.
I didn't get a chance to try it either.
People are losing it off of a fucking chicken sandwich.
Yo, actually, I passed by Popeyes today on the way to the gym. They have posters outside saying like "We'll be right back" with like the chicken sandwich. I'm like, are you serious? You need like a movie poster for a fucking chicken sandwich? This ain't Star Wars.
What did they say? They got $40 million worth of social media coverage.
Yes,
well, that's
marketing
crazy.
For free.
That's insane.
And Chick-fil-A did too, because I went to Chick-fil-A and I was like, "What do you guys like think about all this shit happening?"
Yo, that's what I started seeing was that people like just the Popeyes chicken sandwich, just all the coverage and all the marketing. It started making people crave just chicken sandwiches. So like any restaurant, any fried chicken spot, they were just selling out of chicken sandwiches, yo.
Yeah.
Just because everyone was like, "Damn, I'm in the mood for a chicken sandwich."
So I went. Yeah, I was at Chick-fil-A and I asked the guy at the draft. I was like, "Yo, what do you guys think about all this shit?" And he goes, "Our manager said it's good. Keep selling them chicken sandwiches." I was like, "Shit." I mean, a $40 million marketing scheme. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fucking great.
I mean, Taco Tuesdays might just help a bunch of motherfuckers. I don't know. Are y'all playing that song?
Sorry, John. Nah, fam.
Not really.
I feel like you could drop that shit on a Tuesday, flip it,
make it hot.
I don't know about that.
What were the remixes he was telling you about?
He didn't even say. He was just mad I didn't have any remixes.
He said versions.
Yeah, what version do you have?
I need that quick hitter.
The quick hit.
So, like, I want to go through all the music for summer. I want to recap the summer. Next week, we got the live stream.
Then you're about to punch me.
I do, because I'm fucking mad at you. So, like, next week, I want to talk about all the summer recaps. We're doing a live stream on the Mickey D Show, djcity.com.
Yeah.
So, we're saving a lot of the summer recap for next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to have a bunch of homies that come through. We're gonna have everybody. I mean, everyone that's been on the show in LA.
Night
we're gonna
Train,
come
Budge.
through. We're gonna have all the homies come through. We're gonna have like an open panel. We're gonna talk some shit. I think obviously we're gonna talk to Mickey War and Danger Zone, the host of Mickey D Show.
Yeah.
And then I think I know Danger wants to like have a conversation with me.
About what?
About East Coast and West Coast DJs.
Yeah.
He feels like I shit on West Coast DJs a lot.
Chill out, Danger. We'll be all right. But yeah, next Monday, September 9th at 7 p.m., djcity.com.
Yeah.
Pacific time.
Pacific time.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Shit, yeah, it should be good. Yeah, hopefully everyone can like live stream that shit. It's gonna be on Facebook,
It's on
right?
Facebook.
Yeah.
So go find your logins real quick, and then you guys could be in the comment chat.
But it's also gonna be on YouTube.
Also on YouTube. So we're streaming it, but the chat is gonna be mainly on the Facebook. So make sure you have your Facebook ready, and then it's 7 p.m. Pacific time, Eastern 10.
And then, and I know DJ City has a bunch of gear that they want to give away. So we're gonna figure out a way to give this gear away.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna
Nice,
ask questions on the live stream
Yeah.
and like try to give away some gear. Like they got the shit that you never like. They had a collab with Autofon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I have those
Those
Yeah.
needles sold out,
sold out.
and I
Yeah.
think they got a new one that they got a new color.
And then they have control vinyl as well.
They got control
Yeah.
vinyl. They have flash drives.
Headphones, cases. We're stealing a bunch of
Yeah,
shit.
they give
giving
away
it
like
away.
I think I'm the windbreakers and the
Yeah,
sweaters, the
windbreakers.
hoodies.
They got
Yeah.
DJ City. I don't even know if they want to give away all this shit.
Yo,
but
no, they are because
Cleaning out the closet
We're
real
cleaning
quick.
out the closet, so we're gonna spring cleaning.
No.
But we're doing the
no.
justice
But we
for it.
want to give away this shit. So like, tune into that, and we'll be giving away, and we'll try to give away some road merch too. I think we got a couple road.
If you're watching on
Yeah,
YouTube,
tees coming
couple
out.
of tees, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a few t-shirts coming out next.
We got
week.
like the little Fruit of the Loom, and I think we're gonna drop this Onyx joint
Yeah.
that we did, and then we have the Workman tee right here.
the standard one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then, so hopefully it'll.
Hopefully you guys show up because Kirk is really stressed out. You guys
Well,
might
hopefully
not show
it's
up.
not. I'm just more. I think it's gonna be a hot mess because it's gonna be like 8 motherfuckers on the mic. Yo.
hot
Yeah,
messes.
I know, yeah.
That's good content, bro.
That's great content, my friend. But yeah, so
We'll see what's up.
7 p.m. September 9th, TJCity.com.
I'm gonna save this conversation, but I don't think there is. There is nothing to talk about between East Coast and West Coast DJs.
I mean, we talked
here we
about
go.
it already, man.
I'm gonna call Danger Zone.
I think it's quite clear.
zoom into him, Pete.
I think it's quite clear.
Or just look in this direction.
I think it's quite clear. Who is the reigning champs? East
He's-
Coast,
He's
West
talking
Coast.
to you, Danger Zone.
East Coast started it.
Yeah. East Coast started. Look at It's a longer history of DJing.
Yeah,
than
man.
People are
East
gonna be
Coast,
like,
so.
why aren't you representing the West Coast? I'm like, yo, y'all could do that. Danger Zone could do that. Danger Zone really wants to go heads up with you, which is kind of crazy.
And I want to talk to Danger Zone about LMFAO.
And those glasses he was wearing,
I mean, I don't give a
Yo.
fuck about the glasses.
or the
but,
tight pants, or the leopard, or the bright colors.
Yeah, because Danger Zone was the DJ for LMFAO.
He was the party rock DJ, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
why
what
are you
they
trying to
it.
play him out? I'm not trying to play him out. Yo.
I'm helping you out.
You listed everything, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to talk to him about
All that good stuff.
what kind of LMFAO groupies they used to stash.
Crazy white girl. Oh, that's
Like,
great.
where are you still buying this gear? Like, Hot Topic doesn't sell that shit no more.
No, for real.
What do you call it? Yeah, are they still touring?
No, the group broke up years ago, guys.
Yeah.
But don't
Yeah, it's
this is
just
what's
Red-
his
it's
Red
just
Food
Red
still
Food.
performs, no?
Yeah, he still
Yeah,
performs
he's
that shit. But it's nothing like the group.
Probably like Asia or somewhere.
Yeah, overseas loves
People
overseas.
are like playing party rock anthem, right? That's like coming back.
I heard a few
There's a
headliners
few
play that
different-
shit. I was
yeah.
like, whoa, what are y'all doing?
Yo, no offense though, I don't know if that needs to come back.
It shouldn't. It should be
At
wherever
least-
it's at.
Can we wait another 10 years?
I mean, it wasn't a bad song.
That one was their worst song, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like Party Rock.
Nah.
Sorry for Party Rock.
Nah,
Didn't like
wasn't
that
that-
one. And I liked their first album. But
What was the break like? Was it Take That?
Sexy and I
Yeah.
know it.
No.
No,
It was like before that hit.
Oh.
Shake that, dun dun dun. Yeah.
Was it Shake That?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were shuffling.
Yeah.
They were shuffling,
Yeah.
and my niece still plays that video sometimes. Shout outs to her.
Wait, did they start that dance, the shuffle dance?
No, they kind of took that from the ravers.
Yeah.
That was already happening before that. It's like Taco Tuesday.
Damn, it is actually.
Sorry, Red Food.
Appropriating from ravers?
Yeah,
That's the
like
noble.
there's a video on YouTube where Red Food went to like this top shuffler raver girl's house, and he was learning how to shuffle in like her parking lot. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah,
It's
anyway.
like Taco Tuesday.
All right, Danger. We could like talk about whatever you want to talk about.
You get 15 minutes.
LMFAO, baby. Let's get it done. What else we got to talk about? Anything else?
It's Neva's birthday coming up,
Oh,
bro.
yeah. It is your birthday bash next week.
Yeah, man.
Living
Celebrating
it up.
at Light.
Yeah.
100th episode also celebration.
Yeah, man, we got a big week next week, man.
Like next week's gonna be hectic.
The rollout is crazy right now.
I know,
The
right?
marketing
We got
rollout is insane right
We got
now.
the 100th episode. We got the party at Light.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
got the T-shirts.
Yes.
The t-shirts, yes.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of
You
shit.
see how I coordinate this shit? Like I'm like I get my Kanye West on, my Virgil Abloh on. I just kind of have everything kind of
Quincy
sync
Jones it?
together.
Yeah.
The same, yeah. What do you call it? Yeah, your birthday's coming up. I actually wanted to talk a little bit. You know, like since it's your birthday this week and we're celebrating it next week, I wanted to kind of like go into a little bit about you and talk about you. Everyone knows you're from New York and the Bronx.
Yeah.
I don't think they really know how you came up. And you were like, when I was coming up in New York, I mean, obviously there was a lot of successful DJs, you know, and there was a lot of iconic and veteran DJs in New York. But you were the first DJ that I personally knew who was successful and bought his own house. And that was
a big
life-changing
deal.
to me. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I visited you in Vegas, when they were trying me out for like
remember
this residency,
Yeah.
and I visited your house, I remember I was like, wow, like that was such a like monumental moment for me because it made me realize that like DJing, there was a future in DJing.
You can make some money off
Yeah,
it. You
yeah.
can make some real money off of it.
And it's like, and to me, you're not, no offense, you're not a Mark Ronson, you're not a DJ Am,
Yeah.
but you still were able to sustain a really good, make a really good living.
Yeah.
Being a good DJ and doing that. So I wanted to kind of talk about you, and like kind of go into growing up in the Bronx and shit like that. So you were born and raised in the Bronx.
Yeah. All
And
my
shit
life,
like
yeah.
that.
Born and raised. Lived there until I was like 28.
Till you moved out here.
No, but after the Bronx, I moved to Harlem for like a couple of years. And then from Harlem, I moved to Vegas.
Damn.
But when you was in the Bronx, were you there when all of the park jams was popping?
Yeah, I was. And it was funny because, like, it's like, how can I put this? My older sisters, they used to go to all the hip-hop parties back in the days.
Wasn't
like,
one of your sisters dating Kid Capri or some shit?
Red Alert.
Red Alert.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yo.
Like I knew Red before, but he was Fred. Like he wasn't even really DJing at the time.
His name was Fred?
Yeah,
Alert.
he was just hanging
Fred
out.
Alert.
Fred, yeah, man. He was just hanging out around the way and shit, man.
And he was dating your sister. That's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
No one can
Did he
really
always say, yeah?
Not around me.
around
I was like
Fred.
6 or 7 years old, so I don't know.
So the park jams was happening.
Mhm.
Your sister was dating Red
Red
Alert.
Alert, yeah. Mhm.
And then were you like,
She was also, no, actually, my sister kind of talked to him, but she dated Starsky. Love
Really?
Starsky.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
History.
your sister must have been.
Whoa.
Yeah, no. She introduced me to hip hop.
Relax.
I'm saying
Relax,
your
my
sister
friend.
must have been a snack. She must have been
I don't
looking
know,
good.
man.
You
I'm
started
looking at
looking
that
at
way,
his
man.
sister like that, crook.
I don't know, man.
Back in the day, Snacky Tuesday. over
She was
there.
she was the like the dime on the block. Like everyone wanted to get
Dude,
with
I
her.
don't know, man.
Yeah, leave her alone.
I'm saying these are like iconic fucking
DJs.
dudes, yo.
Yeah.
Starsky,
Yeah,
and then, but she was talking to Red
It's
Alert.
funny. I mean, he used to come to the house, hang out. I'm just like,
love.
yeah.
Damn.
That was-
Wow.
yeah.
That's fucking small world, man.
I know, yeah.
All right, so they was dating. Is that what kind of planted the seed for you to become a DJ?
Oh, definitely, man.
Because you were just your
I was around it. Yeah, I was
your
like,
sister was
around-
smashing all these DJs. and
Whoa.
shit?
I mean, yeah. I don't know about that. Damn.
I actually was gonna go to a hard place. I wanted him to say that.
But I was surrounded. Like growing up in the Bronx, my mom's they used to have the parties at the community center.
Yes.
And my mom's is like the supervisor. So I was like 7 years old. She had to take me there. So I was like 7 years old at these parties, sleeping in the back, listening to the hip hop music at the time. Yeah.
That's so nuts, man.
I know, yeah.
So you were 6 and 7 just growing up in these hip hop, like these fucking iconic parties in the Bronx.
Can you tell us your first interaction as that you got on the mic that paused?
You know what? One of these parties, Starsky was DJing.
Yeah.
And he grabbed me. He was like, yo, come on, get on the mic and say something. And I was like scared. I didn't know what to say. So the only thing I could think of, like, everybody say ho. And then I got scared and like ran away.
Did everyone say ho?
Yeah, they did.
That's great.
So then you were growing up in the Bronx, and then you were like, "Yeah." What was the moment you were like, "I want to get I want to get equipment"?
Funny. I mean, like I always loved hip hop. I always wanted to be a DJ, but I started kind of late. I was like 20 years old when I first got my equipment.
What was you doing?
At the time, I was in St. John's.
Oh shit!
I did the same. Yeah, I was St. John's, and then I was working at Lord and Taylor.
What were you studying to become?
Accountant.
That's great, Neva. Stop laughing at him, asshole.
Nah, it's funny. Yeah.
Never be accountant, bro.
But that didn't work out. I did like a year and a half, and I just dropped out.
I'm laughing because he used to do the books at New, so he was kind of the accountant at New.
The full circle.
Yeah. But we was always late with tax payments.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why. That's why I didn't stay in school.
He only gave you as much as he knew the year and a half.
Wait, so you was in the Bronx growing up in high school and everything like that. What was you going out? Was you going to like? Cause
I didn't really start going to clubs. Well, I didn't start going to clubs until I was like 18 years old.
18.
And I started to go on like Studio 54, Palladium, Tunnel.
Damn. That's 18 and over, or was that 21?
It was 18 and over.
Oh, okay.
Damn. I didn't
So
know
wait,
that.
when you were 18 and you were going to these clubs, how were you dressing? You had like a flat top.
I had a flat top. I had,
Did you have the blonde?
I did have.
You had the blonde there.
I had the polka dot. You had the polka dot shirts.
Oh no, you had you was like Kwame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, so you had the polka dot silk shirts?
Yeah.
And then you had like the not the hammer pants, but you had like the dress pants.
Yeah.
And then the colorful Doc Martens.
Yes.
The low tops or the high tops?
Low tops.
The low tops.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yo.
I need a picture of this.
I gotta look for one. I don't know. I might have.
I love when Neva puts up pictures of when he was younger. It's fucking great.
It's like the motherfuckers like, what was that movie Strictly Business?
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you if you ever watched that movie Strictly, what was it David Allen Greer?
No. Tommy Davidson.
Mm-hmm. If you see that movie Strictly Business, they have a nightclub scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the night, am I wrong?
No, you're right. Yeah,
they got a nightclub scene, and if you look at that nightclub scene, that's basically how you dress.
That's how it was, and
yeah,
late
like,
80s, early 90s. Yeah,
you had like a blazer, maybe.
I never rocked a blazer.
No,
but definitely like the polka dot shirt.
And then what were the jams y'all were listening to?
Oh man, at the time it was like Big Daddy Kane, De La Soul, KRS-One.
That's great.
Jungle Brothers.
Yeah.
Quest just came out.
And this was 18.
This was 18, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically were clubbing during the golden era of hip hop.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Did you see any like rappers like that out?
I saw a lot of performances. Like I saw De La Soul when they first performed at Studio 54. KRS-One, Gangstar when they had Manifest.
Oh shit.
Oh man, it was like I've seen all of them perform just about.
Who was your favorite DJ back then?
You know what? I like Kid Capri.
Yeah, of course.
I used to be into like house and freestyle, so I like Lil Louis Vega. Was like kind of an inspiration.
That's crazy. He like freestyle.
I did, yeah. I used to go to like a lot of freestyle clubs back in the days.
Yo, freestyle was huge in New York.
Yeah.
And, was it big in LA?
It was huge in the Mexican culture.
Hey, Filipino culture too.
Yeah.
How come it's not played more?
They need Debbie Dab.
It's like this. I don't know. Just stop doing it.
Wasn't 98.7 at one point just a freestyle station?
No. Hot 97 was a freestyle
station.
station.
Hot 97.
Yeah.
It was just all freestyle.
Yeah. And then they switched over to hip hop.
When did they switch over to hip hop?
I want to say like 92.
I just remember, Hot 97 just used to play. I don't know how were they able to do that, to play freestyle.
Well, it was brought out. That's why. And they stopped it. That's when they stopped freestyle and they went into all hip hop.
They played so much shit. I didn't even, like, thinking back now, I didn't even know that there were that many fucking freestyle groups. Expose.
Expose, TKA.
Yeah.
Stevie
B.
Jet.
Sweet Sensation.
Jet were the Hawaiians. They were like Asians.
Why you looking at me?
He looked at my brother.
You got Taco Tuesday. I got Jet. And Pad Thai Thursdays.
One of my favorite DJs is, of course, Red Alert.
Yeah.
I used to intern at Kiss FM, so he used to take
He
me
was
to
on
like
98.7, yeah.
Yeah,
Kiss.
he used to take me to a lot of parties he was DJing at. So that kind of got me.
Was he hanging out with you to get with your sister?
No, it's so funny. No, it's so funny because years later, when I was interning at Kiss,
but he got you that internship.
No, he didn't.
I
had gotten it myself, and he was DJing that, and I had to reintroduce myself. I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm so and so. I was like the little kid. They used to like bug you. Yeah. I used to go out with my sister back in the days. He was like, oh shit, yeah. And he was like, yo, how's the family? This and that. And then he was like, he would take me to like, he used to do these big parties, hip hop parties. He used to like, yo, carry my crate, and you can hang out.
How many crates did he bring? You remember?
Maybe like 5, 6.
That's it?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like Kid Capri when he had like 20 and shit?
It wasn't that bad. No.
Damn, 20?
Yo, it was like back then, it was such it was the visual of a DJ coming out of a minivan or van and having a crew of like 4 to 6 dudes carrying his records in behind him.
Yeah.
It was like so mega just watching that shit.
And they was using milk crates. It wasn't they didn't have cases at the time.
No, it was milk crates. Yeah.
So
Calzone cases.
Yeah.
Calzone cases were the
nice,
the
cool
like
ones.
It was like the Rolex of like record cases.
Exactly, yeah.
He used to clown me because he would have calzone cases and I had milk crates.
Yeah. It's like, you making money?
Yo,
you couldn't buy a case, man. Come on.
Yo, I literally went home and I was like,
Fuck that guy, never.
I was literally counting my money. I'm not joking. That night when he told me that, I felt so crumb. I like went home and I counted my money and I was like, man, I got to get a calzone. And I think I could only afford one.
How much each one cost?
Like, how much was it? I forgot, man.
200 something?
No, man, I would say like 150
for one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
150. Yeah.
And then you only held, what, like 50 records?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I couldn't even afford one. I think because I went to Rock and Soul. Shout out to Rock and Soul.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Rock and Soul. I talked to Steve.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, how much is calzone? It was like 150. And I think I had 75 or 80. And then they were like, well, you can have this one. It's like everyone uses this. I was like, fuck it, I'll get that one. So I had like one decent case, and then I had like
4 milk crates.
It was still kind of crumb, yo.
That's how you start off, though, man. Yeah, that was no big deal.
Nah, you fucking played me out. Yo, you made me feel like an absolute crumb. I
was helping you out, man.
No, he was laughing. He was like looking at me.
That's motivation, bro.
Exactly.
I think you even kicked the crate. You're like,
I would never do that.
What is this?
Was it at least all the same color?
Huh? Nah, it was like all different milk crates.
He had a red one, a gray one. I was like, whoa.
Fucking crook, man.
Damn.
Yo, I still got 2 milk crates at my mom's house.
I think I got one at my mom's.
Dude, I have so many records right now. I think I'm just gonna sell it all. Like, there's nothing to do with it. It's all on my mom's crib. It's just taking up space. Yo.
I mean, you should keep it. You never know.
Yo, records are so valuable right now.
Yeah,
exactly, that's what I'm saying. You might want to keep
crazy.
that.
Discogs, I don't even fucking log into that. Like Ross One and Raticon are like hooked on that shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, I tried to find a Selena record.
It's like record StockX.
Yeah. But I was finding a Selena record and it was $400 on there. I was like, fuck.
I just have a lot of bootlegs, yo.
Yo, even those
It might be worth some money too, man. Yeah.
I used to treat my records like shit, though, man. For real.
Really? You take care of everything else really well.
I don't know, man. Like I
feel like everyone did it, man. It's like,
I mean, I just didn't see the value of I'm in a group chat with Raticon and Ross One.
Mm-hmm.
And these motherfuckers talk about all of these disco hits and all of these 45s and shit. And I have like no interest in trying to look for those joints, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like, yo, like I was never a fan of digging, yo. I just wanted the songs. Like
I used to love digging, man. Yo, every weekend I would go to the flea market or the record convention, just like pick up records, man. That was like every Saturday and Sunday.
That film you got on your fingers, or that smell of like when you're digging through records.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I mean, it wasn't like a pain in the ass, but I just think if the music's here, I'd rather just have the music. Because I was like, yo, I'm gonna pay $40 for this for this rare ass record,
but you want
and
the
then I can
original.
fuck it up. You know what I mean?
I feel what you're saying. Yeah.
So
I still enjoy when I go with my mom to the swap meet and the guys have the big ass just cases of records. I'm still there just looking at shit.
Yep.
Just get you, yeah. I even found that Star Wars shit I gave you
I know, yeah.
for $1.
I know the Star Wars record.
yeah.
What's it worth?
It was like $200 on eBay.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, this is like 200. Never here. He goes, I already have this. I was like, it's a
I got doubles now.
Why the fuck a record? So why? Where did the value come? Like what happened with that
I think
shit?
about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Just started popping again?
Started bubbling up.
Yeah, because of Urban Outfitters. They start selling out fucking
that was one
vinyl
of them.
again.
Yeah.
And then they sell you the little vinyl player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was what it was.
That's not why. But
Yeah.
I mean, vinyl has outsold any other like medium of music for like the last 5-10 years.
I guess it's the internet, huh? Just everyone just logging in and trying to get all the records that they never could get.
Yeah.
And all
Just
of
like
that
sneakers.
shit.
I don't know.
I don't think it's like
Uh,
Urban Outfitters, bro. Like,
Urban
fucking
Outfitters?
nuts.
No,
Was
I
it?
mean, Urban started it, but
Yeah. It's for the hipsters. The hipsters, it's
Yeah.
something neat. It's old. It's vintage.
But these hipsters aren't going on Discogs.
No, they're
Some
not.
of
But
them
are.
they're going to Urban Outfitters and get whatever
and
the
they're
fuck is
getting it.
there.
Yeah.
Like the fucking Thriller edition with the cover on the vinyl. That's what they're getting.
I don't know.
But-
I don't know if the represses are. Do they even? Are there any value for represses and shit?
I mean,
like
if
that?
it's
Not
if it's,
really.
Yeah.
Because they still make them.
yeah.
If it's from like that era, like say you got like bootlegs from like back then, those are worth a little bit, just because like those are hard to find, just like any other like original pressing.
How much
true.
you think your collection is worth, Nova, of vinyl?
A lot.
Like over a mil?
That's a flex.
I wouldn't say a mil, but definitely.
Where you think you at?
I don't know. I don't know. If someone gave me 10 G's right now, I'd give them the whole shit.
Just to get rid of the headache.
Huh?
Just to get rid of the headache.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not a collector like that. Even like when I'm.
You know what? I collect 45s. That's
too?
about it.
Yeah.
But you're not like a collector.
At one point, I was like going to Discog and buying a bunch of shit. But
Really?
I kind of chilled out right now, but.
Boogie Blind, I know he's like a 45 fucking fiend, yo.
Mhm.
Like he goes to Japan and blacks the fuck
See,
out.
yeah.
That,
yo.
I mean, 45s has been like the it thing for like the last couple of years. Like
Yeah.
people have been going
Exactly.
in on 45s.
Yeah.
Because
just-
the easiest shit to carry, yo, right?
That and just because there's like so many things on 45 that never made 12-inch presses, or like just different versions of like album cuts that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
only on 45.
I recently copped the Tropical Questionnaire on 45.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Because I found that, and I heard that was hard to get.
Yeah.
So
Is that
I got
rare?
double.
I don't know.
Yeah, it came out like it came out with a few released few copies, but it's hard to get.
So like you don't check how much this shit is? I feel like that's what all Rockticon and Ross One do. They get these records and then they fucking put it up on Discogs.
Well, the scenario was a reissue, so it wasn't like
Oh.
it wasn't the original version. But like the shit that Ross and them was looking for,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like
They want
the original copies are.
Yeah, they
a
probably
lot.
have the gold, like
Yeah.
not even open type of shit.
It's not even that, man. Everything like 45s is like open.
Yeah,
regardless.
everything's
You
open
buy
and
it.
shit like that. It's not like sneakers.
Yeah,
Yeah. They don't come sealed.
they don't come
Yeah.
sealed.
Yeah. I just got a Black Moon 45.
Which one?
I got you open.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah.
He was doing a 45 party on his Insta story the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys
Where?
caught that. Him.
No, just at my house. I was just playing records at home.
Yeah, he was just playing like mad records.
Do you play records at home?
I don't.
I mean, that's the
So
first
bad.
time. Like I was cleaning my office and I was just going through my records. I was like, oh shit, I forgot I had these, and I was like, fuck it,
some cool shit he was
just gonna
playing.
play 'em.
I don't know.
Dude, I don't even have a fucking turntable set up in my crib, man.
I do.
All of you guys do.
I do, yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't have that shit set up.
Don't ask me how many times I use it, man. I did set up.
That's fucking crazy. I mean, I feel like a fucking schmuck now. I don't have this fucking. Oh, you got a DJ podcast? You don't even have a DJ set up? You know?
I practice at the club. Tell him, Kirk.
I don't know. Like, I feel like all of these things, like, I think they're cool. I think it's cool when motherfuckers collect that shit. But I just don't. I really don't like. I don't like stuff. I don't like hoarding shit.
nah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Like, I really hate that shit. I
You never
seriously
did that
hate
for
it.
comic books?
Yeah, but like, at a certain point, it gets too crazy. Like, I'm not that dude that I want to be free, yo. Like, if I could, like, honestly, man, if I could live in like a fucking, I know this sounds horrible. If I could live in like a truck and just be free and just like be able to work and do all of these things, to have an office and just wander the fucking world and shit like that, I would rather do that shit than be like stuck in this one place with like 3 rooms of shit that I've collected in like the past.
Fucking. That's how I was as a sneaker collector. Like I started taking over my parents' room, and I was like, okay, it's time to chill out because it was
to me it's just like a waste, man. And I come from a clothing background of making clothes, so for me, like I just think like I get anxiety thinking about all of the stuff. Like to make more money in clothing, you have to make more clothes.
Yeah.
So when you start making more and more clothes and putting more money into all of this shit, and you're seeing all of this, like, yo, sometimes we would have like a $5,000 order of t-shirts. 5,000 units. If they fuck up 5,000 units, what happens to all that clothes? They throw it away, or they try to recycle it. But there would be times where they would fuck up like tens of thousands of dollars of fabric, and then like it would be unusable, and that shit would give me anxiety. And it's just like, if you think about all these other large clothing brands and shit, and how much shit they may fuck up, like they fuck up 500 jackets. Yeah, it's like, yo, now the jackets have to be thrown out, or I don't know what the fuck happens to them, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, like that shit used to give me anxiety like a motherfucker. So like I would get scared. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do denim. I was working on denim for like a year, and then it was just like, it was such a waste of fabric and testing and developing, and I was like, this is like ruining the environment, and it's just not being responsible. It's just not a responsible. We haven't figured out a responsible way to make clothing, because we're destroying I think manufacturing clothing is like the number 2 or 3 worst thing for the environment,
especially like fast fashion.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad all that shit is like closing.
Yeah.
Like fucking Forever 21 is closing. Barney's should have been closed. They're fucking horrific. Their buying is horrific, bro.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah. The last couple times I went into fucking Barney's, I felt like I was going into a PacSun, bro. It just looked really, really bad.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the one in Vegas, though, man. I don't think it's like that in New York, man.
That one's gone now, too.
Yeah. Is it?
Oh, yeah?
They just closed last month.
Damn.
See?
Yeah.
They're closing a lot down, bro. It's just crazy.
I don't know, man. I think the future in clothing, I think it's weird. But anyway, back to fucking records.
But
and all
please
that
buy
shit.
our shirts next week. They'll be available on the website.
I'm telling you, like, man, I got homies who are making clothes, and they're moving a bunch of units, and I'm like, where is all this clothes going? There's so much clothes. Is out there.
Now imagine when there's a Super Bowl and they have the shirts ready for both teams as champions. Where does the other team shit go?
That's crazy. That's a crazy thought right now. What do they do with those hats?
Every championship.
They sell them. I mean, they
don't sell them.
They don't sell them.
No, they give it to someone.
They donate them.
Donate that. They donate them.
Africa, South America.
That's what Africa.
My cousin had a Bills Super Bowl
They
shirt.
gotta do something with it. They can't just throw it away.
Real shit, they do. They donate them.
That's crazy, bro. But anyway, back to Neva.
Just picturing like third world countries wearing like Super Bowl fucking snapbacks and shit like that.
From the other team that didn't win.
Fucking crazy, yo. All right. Anyway, back to your life.
Okay.
And your Kwame outfit.
Yeah.
So wait, what made you want to start DJing?
I mean,
you was like a club kid, huh?
At the time, yeah, I was. And at the time, I started going out a lot.
What were you drinking? I want to know this 18-year-old Neva.
What were you buying the ladies?
You know what? It's so fun. Well, of course, 18 years old, I couldn't buy alcohol.
Let's get to 21.
So I used to get, like, back in the days, they used to give like wristbands for 21 and over to get drinks. So people used to like rip off their wristbands and throw it on the ground. I used to pick it up, re-tie it up, and get drinks at the bar.
Yeah. So what would you get?
The fake ID.
My drink of choice back in the days was Long Island iced tea.
Oh, those are killer, bro. Those will fuck you up.
And like before we go to the club, we used to drink like 40s.
Okay.
40s or OE.
OE? Old
Yeah.
English?
You get to
Do motherfuckers still drink 40s?
No, because they made them out of plastic now. So
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're out
I
of
never did
plastic now.
The OE's like a 32 now. It's not
Yeah,
like a 40
it's not
anymore.
even
When did that culture die? Of like
I
drinking
don't know
40s.
that,
When the bottle popping started like 10 years ago.
I mean, I was still drinking 40s in college. I mean, we were broke college kids, but
You were drinking a 40?
fuck yeah.
King Cobras?
Nah.
$2?
OE or
We was drinking OE and St. Ides.
Mine was
OE or Mickey's for me.
OE or Mickey's. The little green ones.
Hand grenades.
The hand grenades?
Yo, St. Ides was horrible.
That's sad.
Could you even drink that now?
What?
A St. Ides?
They don't make it no more.
Yeah, but
you know,
drink that
back in the
shit tastes
days, what
shit.
we used to do was we would like pour half the St. Ives out and put it in Hawaiian punch, shake it up.
No, I mean, yeah, like I used to do
That's what old
Brass
school
Monkey,
shit. Yeah,
OE and orange juice,
yeah.
the Hood
Fucking
Mimosa.
nasty.
Cricket doesn't know
Don't
any
even-
of this.
No, we used to do Thug Passion. That's it.
Okay.
Get
Alizé, Hennessy, okay.
Alizé,
Two
Hennessy.
Alizé, Hennessy, and then
That's so expensive.
I was so
Talk about
snobby.
malt liquor. You talking about a
I was so snobby. I was like, nah.
Fucking rich guy over here.
I wasn't real.
relax.
I wasn't rich. I wasn't rich, but I was like,
Ballin', bro. Hennessy, how much of Hennessy goes back then?
20 something.
And then and an Alizé bottle?
I'm saying,
15?
I didn't drink like all the time, but like if I did, it would be Thug Passion
It's an
or
event.
be a Corona, a Deuce Deuce.
Ooh, respect, Mexican.
I was a Deuce Deuce dude. Yeah, I didn't want to drink. Like I felt like 40s was like garbage, yo.
I mean, yeah, that was
At
like
the
some old
time,
school
bro.
shit though, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, we was drinking that.
That's fucking nasty.
Drink it down to the label.
We drink
fill
it like
up.
before we get to the club, we get nice stuff, then you get inside the club.
What happened with Thug Passion? How come they don't stop? They don't keep selling that shit.
I don't
It
know.
got played out, man.
Hypnotic?
It got played out.
Tupac died.
How come?
Yo, I've seen fucking
People
Incredible
stop-
Hulks making a comeback though.
Yo, Incredible Hulk.
I saw that also. Yeah.
Yo, I'm not
That's
mad at
crazy.
Hypnotic coming back, yo.
Yeah.
For real.
Hypnotic got.
I don't know
women
about
going
that,
crazy.
man. I
Is
wasn't
the
feeling that.
Hypnotic still around?
I think so.
Who the fuck started Hypnotic?
That was the rappers in the
R. Kelly.
2000s.
Could it be Tupac?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, it was like the
nasty.
rappers in the 2000s. Cisco was another one.
Oh man.
Remember Cisco?
Wait,
The
what was
drink.
the Incredible
Oh,
Hulk
shit.
again?
Wait, the drink Cisco you talking about?
Yeah, the drink Cisco.
Yeah, that's another drink we used to drink back in the
Yeah.
days.
Cisco.
Like Thunderbird.
That was like
Cisco.
liquid crack.
That shit was crazy.
That Cisco, that would get you
shit
fucked
was
up, man.
That shit got you going, bro.
Yo, it was this big.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a small bottle, but
And
that
then
shit was
it got ridiculous when they got bigger. They came up with like the 32 ounce of Cisco.
Trying to kill people.
Yes, that's like the Ford Loco back then, bro. That shit was,
It was worse than
crazy.
Four Loco, man.
Yo, when I
shit
first started going to the clubs, I try to look tough and like prove my manhood that I was older than I was. I used to order shots of Bacardi 151.
What?
Yo, I used
That
to
was
do
a
that.
You were
killer
trying to
too.
die?
I used to do that.
And I used to tell the bartender, it'd be like a chick. I'd be like, "Yeah, you want one too?" She'd be like, "Fuck no, I don't want that." yo. And at the time, I was like, "Ah, you guys are pussies."
I forgot about that. Bacardi 150.
150.
I don't even
51.
think they carry that
Yeah.
shit no more.
Was that like that had the highest
Alcohol level.
yeah.
alcohol level?
Yeah,
right?
man. Hell yeah.
I used to drink. I don't know. I was so dumb. I used to get so plastic, bro. And I remember I was like, I almost got into a fight at fucking Latin Quarters
Damn, man.
Damn.
right there on 97.
91, yeah.
Yeah. Because I probably like 4 shots in there, Bacardi 151, yo.
It would do it.
I don't even remember what I did, but my boys would lecture me afterwards, like, "Yo, you stop that shit." Like, da, da, da. I was like, "Yeah, my fault." I was like, "Yeah." So wait, so you was doing Long Island Iced Teas.
Uh-huh.
You was out there dancing,
Yeah.
in your polka dots.
Do the-
and shit.
yeah.
Wasn't that kind of like,
What?
I don't know, like motherfuckers who got like, it's kind of like, yo, it's like an easy target to get robbed, right? Because you're like a club kid, right?
Nah.
But
Well,
coming
I
from
would
the
say that.
Bronx, no, it didn't look like you was like kind of like a club kid.
I was a club kid, and I also hung out in the hip hop clubs as well. So I was a b-boy and a club kid.
Okay.
So
A b-boy and a club kid?
Yeah.
So you had your b-boy outfit.
yeah.
What was your b-boy outfit? Like a Helly Hansen?
No, you know what? I could tell you right now. Ralph Lauren,
Yeah.
Polo, Nautica jacket. Yeah. Gap t-shirts.
Wait,
shit
you
like
want to
that.
tell that time you got robbed or
Yeah, I am right. You want to hear?
they tried
I got robbed. They took my Nautica jacket. I was trying to get into this club called The World. It was like a big hip hop club back in the days.
Mhm.
Waiting to get inside. Some kids, and then like across the street from the club was the projects. And
What street was it?
it was like on Second, I want to say Avenue B.
So it was like LES.
Yeah, Lower
Yeah.
East Side. So it was like I'm just chilling, waiting to get inside this club, and out of nowhere, some kid like snuffed me, and I hit him back, and out of nowhere, like a group of kids just like ran up on me, me and my boys. Everybody was running. I was running. I tripped, fell down, and they just like got me. It's like,
Oh,
and they're like, yo, give me your jacket, give me your jacket. And it was like I somehow ripped off my jacket. I was like, yo, if I can't have it, y'all motherfuckers can't have this shit. So I ripped it up.
You went Incredible Hulk on the shit.
They took my wallet, so they left. And I was like, I had a black eye. I was like, fuck, man, I got fucked up. So I didn't realize this, but on the way back to the Bronx, my boy was like, I was with my boy. He was like, yo, man. He was like, yo. I was like, yo, my back is kind of wet. And I'm like, yo, what? Can you see my back? I got shanked in the back.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
So I had to go to the hospital and get stitched up.
Shit.
So it stabbed you?
Damn, how many
No,
stops?
they shanked me.
What is that? Like a slice?
Like
No,
a
they
box
had like
cutter?
a box cutter, yeah.
Oh shit!
And they just like boom. I got like a big scar on my back right now.
Let me see that shit.
Nah, man, chill. So of course, me and trying to be like, yo, tough as shit. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm getting that same jacket. So I went back. My sister gave me money to buy that same jacket again. So I went back to Nautica
You went
and bought the same fucking jacket.
and then you went to the LES, back to the same
No,
block.
I didn't do that. It was a while before I went to a club after that shit, but but I was like, fuck that. I want that jacket. I'm buying that jacket again, man. This shit gonna happen again.
So wait. What made you want to DJ? What was the defining point that one?
Oh no, well, yeah, I was like going to clubs. I was listening to DJs, and they all sounded whack, and I was like, dude, I could do.
What were they doing that was whack? They wasn't mixing.
They wasn't mixing. It was like, yeah, they wasn't
Song
mixing.
selection?
Nah, I think mixing. They wasn't mixing right.
So the one thing that DJs have improved now is that a lot of DJs can mix now.
Yeah, but they suck at song selection.
No, the song selection was dope, but it was just like mixing. I was like, dude, I could fucking mix. I could do parties and shit. So, yeah, I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna get some turntables. So I called my grandfather. I'm like, yo, can I get $1,000 so I could buy equipment?
Damn.
He wrote me a check. He
Damn.
mailed it like the next day. He mailed out a check for $1,000
What was your grandfather? Where was he?
in Jersey.
Oh shit.
So yeah,
What did he do? Goddamn, spare $1,000 just like that?
I mean, old motherfuckers just have money.
Nah,
saved
he was
up, right?
he was he owned a bar in Jersey.
Okay.
Okay.
He was like he had a VFW.
What did he tell you?
It's the funny thing was he was just like,
He didn't give you any advice. He was
no,
just
he was just
I
like,
got
yo,
you.
I'm just telling him, yo, I want to get DJ equipment. He's like, I ain't cool. Mail me a check for $1,000. When the check came, I cashed it, and I went and got like every piece of equipment by myself. I was like taking a cab to the electronics store.
Yeah.
Got a turntable, came back to the house. Got the mixer, went back to the store, got a mixer, came back to the house. Got another turntable, came back to the house. So I was like, I was by myself buying all this equipment.
It's piece by piece.
Piece by piece.
Why'd you do it piece by piece? Because you couldn't carry it all at once.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
You just a target
Did you
trying to
get
carry all that shit.
1200s or no?
I got one 1200 and one Gemini.
Damn.
DJ. I mean, turntable.
Belt drive.
The belt drive
The
joint.
BD12.
Yeah.
So then,
I set that shit up. I was like, I even to this day, I made a mixtape that night after I got the equipment, and I still have that tape at the
I need to
crib.
hear
how was it? What was on it?
Like Ed's Clan,
To the east, my brother. To the east, my brother. To the east.
Granddaddy IU, fucking like 90s hip, like 1990 hip hop. Cause that's when I got my equipment.
Damn, X Clan.
Yeah.
Man,
Yo,
glorious.
big shout to Dave Chappelle for putting the X
I know,
Clan.
yeah,
He put the
man.
X Clan shit on
And
his
his-
at the end
and
of his
special, yeah.
Netflix special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He put that X Clan joint
Exactly,
in there.
yeah.
That was hot.
but
The
yeah,
red,
the
the
black,
the green.
with the key.
Sissy. Motherfuckers probably don't know what the fuck
I
that
know,
is.
right?
That's fucking crazy that I used to listen to X Clan.
I know, yeah, man.
And that was like the most pro
Black
black shit.
Yeah.
And I was over in my crib like, to the east, my brother, to the east, my brother, to the east. That was that time, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started. So then you were DJing, and then what were you? You had a job. I know you had like a
at
long
the
history
time,
in
I was-
retail.
At the time, I was I got a job at first I was working at Canal Jeans.
Oh,
You
shit.
remember that spot in Manhattan?
I've heard.
It was like in
right?
it was like in a village,
around NYU,
kind of close around there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it was like on Broadway,
like where was
like
that?
Broadway off of Spring Street.
Like where Transit would be.
Yeah, exact. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That was Canal Jeans. So yeah, I was working
Transit
there.
was the old Canal Jeans.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
After that, after Canal Jeans, I got a job at working for the city. I was doing janitor work for New York City Housing Authority. So I was like mopping floors,
In the projects.
picking up shit. Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
How much was minimum wage back then? Do you remember that?
No, I was getting good. I had benefits.
That's the city.
Okay.
I had a good. It was
It was a city job.
for a city job for like a 23-year-old. I was
So-
like fucking good, man.
What was it?
Hmm?
What was it? What were you making?
What was your rate?
I forgot how much. No,
It was
I do
enough for
remember.
him to-
It was like every 200. It was like every 2 weeks. It was like maybe like 600 or something.
What?
Damn. 1200 is
Back
23?
then?
No, 600 for 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
That's
Yeah,
so
1200.
good.
That was like
That's a
after
lot.
taxes and shit. Yeah,
Damn, that's really good.
yeah.
And benefits?
And benefits. Yeah.
Jeez.
Holy shit! Really?
And then like when you do overtime, you get
why did
double. You get double
Time
what
and a half,
you was getting.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Time and a half.
Holy fuck!
So
That's why you was always laced up in the freshest polka dots.
Yeah, that's right, man.
With the colorful Doc Martens.
So I was doing that. Yeah,
But you was telling me you wasn't even really working. Y'all were like smoking blunts and drinking Hennessy.
yeah.
In the project.
Yo, it was like dude, if you knew how to get away with it, you could get away with mad shit. Like we used to have in the morning, you used to have to like mop the floors, mop the buildings in the morning, sweep the floors, mop it. But instead of doing that, we would like find a crackhead. We would pay him to do it. We'd be like, yo, we give you $10 or like a bottle of
Life hack.
E&J or something.
Life hack for
and
real.
and the crackhead would do the work for us.
So who was your go-to crackheads? Where would you look for them?
We had ones that we worked with all the time. Everyone had one, so
Everyone had one.
They had a they showed
what
up.
we got.
Would they
man.
line up in front of the project?
no, we
waiting
just
for you?
knew it was cool with them. I was like, yo, you ready to work? It's like, yo, here.
Where will you find them though? Like you were
No,
just
they lived there. They lived
They
in
got
the
their own
project.
you
union.
just knock on like a 13B.
No, they'll be ready for work. They'll be like waiting outside, like, yo. I
They
swear to
showed
God,
up. They showed up for work every day. They
It
had
was
a
like,
job.
it was like the outside of Home Depot. You
Yeah,
just walk out of the
exactly, yeah,
projects
man.
and they were ready to go.
my boy was.
They're like, pick me,
I
pick
remember
me.
this guy named Tyrone. That was my
Tyrone.
dude. Like, Tyrone, you ready to work? I was like, yo.
What was his last name? Bingham?
I don't know,
Bigums?
man, but it was like he do a better job than me. So I was like, yo. And then while he's working, I'll be in like I don't know if I was cool with someone. I'd be in their apartment just chilling, just
In the
relaxing,
uniform?
watching
Were
TV,
you watching
Jerry Springer.
Were you wearing the uniform?
Yeah,
Yo, Neva's crazy.
Come
bro.
out after just checking it out, supervising, like,
Yeah,
yo,
exactly,
you
yeah.
missed
Good shit, Tyrone.
I mean, there's a lot. Yo, there's a lot of floors in the projects.
yeah,
like-
yeah. 20 stories.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah,
So the crackhead did all 20 in like
Yeah.
one day.
20
yeah.
minutes.
You sweep
1
down.
hour.
You had to do that.
You
yeah.
gave him $10 for mopping 20 floors? That's some fucked up shit.
and then do the lobby. Yeah. Or a bottle of E&J.
For a bottle of E&J, Craig.
Swear to God.
Fucking nuts, yo.
And crack. Fucking crackhead.
That's an honest job, though.
That's
Yeah.
an honest job.
He's not robbing nobody.
Yeah.
That's a lot
and
of
yo,
work.
I mean,
And he was staying
there
busy.
was times like when I was like tired, I didn't want to do it. I was gonna be like, "Yo, you want to work?" He's
That was like
"Yeah."
everyday thing. Though.
It wasn't at first. It wasn't.
All right, but what was the job? Now I'm curious about the job requirements. Were you required to mop 20 floors in one day?
We was required to sweep the floors
The whole
every
shit?
day, sweep the floors, mop the lobby, and then we would have to mop the floors like maybe once a week, like all 20 floors. So
But
we would
you-
do like,
but you had
we
to
would
do it
like
in one
10.
day?
We do 10 one day, and then we do 10 the next day. And then we have to like
The crackhead would
And
do
then
it.
his was fucked up a lot in the projects. Somebody was always shit in the fucking steps, so we had to clean up the
Who's
shit.
doing that? Who the fuck is shit?
Crackheads.
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
It could have been Tyrone, yeah.
Tyrone.
So, yeah, man.
He keep getting work. He keeps shitting on the fucking
Job
papers.
security, dog.
He's like, give me credit,
like-
man.
So supervisor, a
before
supervisor never
Tyrone,
came out?
you know what's so funny? The supervisor was my niece's father. He got me the job.
And he knew your
So
scheme.
if he
He
checked
introduced
on
But
you,
you.
he never knew I was doing this shit, so I had to do it on the fucking down low.
Did you ever tell him?
but you would
No.
get in so much trouble if they saw a crackhead mopping the, like the
That's the
19th
thing.
floor.
I think they knew, but as long as the work was done, they didn't like really fuck with us.
What was the crackhead wearing? I'm just trying to picture it in my head.
His regular clothes?
I literally,
There would be times we had to wear like all blue. You know, in the house,
give him
you
a
had to wear
uniform?
blue. I gave him a shirt like, yo, wear the blue shirt.
and then wait, you saying this? You saying this all in your head right now? Doesn't it sound crazy though?
It does not. I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
This sounds like some crazy ass shit though.
Yeah.
Like if your son did this, you would be fucking fuming.
I know. Yeah, of course, man.
Yo, work smarter, not harder, though.
Huh?
Work smarter, not harder.
Don't say that. That's a horrible thing. My dumbass would have been the dude that like did all 20 floors in one day.
Just to save time.
I know that's a really dumb thing about the way I was raised. See, the way I was raised, I'm not saying that you were raised fucked up.
No. I mean,
But the way I was raised, I would have been like, you know what? I'm gonna finish all 20 floors. I'm gonna mop all 20 floors
come on,
in one day, and then hopefully they'll get me a raise.
But it was
and-
like you have to do all that shit, and also you have to like clean the compactors. But everybody shoot the throw the garbage and and shoot. So yeah, you had to like fucking bag it up.
Damn.
Jesus.
So that was like the worst part of the job.
Damn. That's why
do that?
And I had to do that. Yeah.
That's why they gave you 600 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of money after taxes, bro.
At that time, not too bad. Nah, it wasn't bad at all.
Fuck, man. So
especially at my age, yeah.
So you were DJing while you were doing this?
I started DJing while I was working at housing.
But then you told me you were working at like Banana Republic and shit.
I was doing that also.
Damn.
Hustling.
Meanwhile, the crackhead was cleaning. He was doing banana.
Yeah, I was like vesting up for my job at Banana Republic. And I worked at housing from like 9 to 5. Get changed to go to Manhattan. I worked at the one on Columbus Avenue on 70th Street. And from 6 to 10, I worked in Banana Republic.
Wait, which one did you work at?
70th and Columbus Avenue.
Wow. I mean, that's close to where I
that's
lived. I was on 97.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
So I was doing that. And while I was doing that, that's when I started DJing. Like doing clubs.
And then, but you were doing shady shit at Banana Republic too.
I'd rather not talk about that.
Oh my god! Jesus!
I'm not gonna blow a spot up.
I used to do some. Yeah, I do some fucked up shit there.
Yeah.
I got away with it. Never got caught.
Knock on wood.
Statute of limitations.
Exactly. Yeah.
Once Banana Republic goes down, you're gonna be able to tell that story now, right?
He had a whole like.
That's a trick of shit.
Like an empire. He had a little empire going on.
Never. I want to hear this after the fucking we turn this shit out. God damn.
Neva was like a small time fucking gangster, just paying crackheads to do his work.
At 24, 25, he was killing
He
it.
had a Banana Republic empire. Like, this motherfucker.
All right, Nev, what was when you started DJing? What was like your first residency where you just?
I started doing parties like in like downtown.
How'd you get this though at that time?
You know what? When I used to hang, like I said, I used to hang out downtown. I used to go to parties doing by Bill Spector.
Yeah,
he was like a big time promoter at the time in New York.
Huge.
Yeah, I used to go to his parties, and his parties is fucking dope. That's when I first met Mighty Mine. Because Mighty Mine used to be his DJ's main DJ. And I was like, dude. So one night after his party, I met Bill. I was like, yo, my name is DJ Nev. I wouldn't even think I was going by Nev at the time. I was like, DJ Evan. It's like, yo, I would love to DJ one of your parties, man. And he was like, man, cool. He was just like, yo, so what type of music you play? I'm like, yo, I'm a hip hop DJ. He was like, yo, if you want to be a fucking DJ, you want to do parties, you got to fucking know how to play everything. Hip hop, reggae, R&B, house, rock. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, shit, all right, cool. So from there, that's when I started to, like, incorporate all that shit into my set. And then I was doing, like...
What year was this?
95, 96. So then I started doing, like, bars in downtown on 14th Street.
How did you get that? You just went to the bar?
I was, like, hanging out with people, and they was like, yo, let's do a party. So we would go to the bar, be like, yo, if we bring in so-and-so amount of people at the bar, can we do that? And he was like, yo.
So y'all were doing that still at that time, huh?
Yeah. So at one of those parties I was doing, one of Bill Spector's boys, Tony Montana. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
he's
I remember Tony Montana. Yeah.
He was like, I was playing like hip hop and doing it Led Zeppelin and AC/DC. He was like, yo, man, you pretty dope, man. He's like, yo, I want to book you at one of our parties. So I'm like, bet. So that was like one of the first times I like started to like
cross over.
So I did their party.
Break down what a Bill Spector party and a Tony Montana party was, because the downtown scene, like, they're definitely different from an uptown.
Yeah, exactly.
Club. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
like,
definitely.
It's definitely.
It was like a mixture of more white people. It was like a mixed crowd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was bougie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started doing it. Like, that's one of the first times I like started to like get my name out there. And I was doing one of their parties, and I ran into this DJ everyone knows by the name of Mark Ronson. He came up to me, he was like, yo, dude, I love what you're doing, man.
Mark came up to him and was like, remember when I used to mop the 24?
He was like, yo, man, would you like to open for me at this party I was doing at New Music Cafe? And I was like, oh, yeah, no doubt.
Did you know who he was, or did you hear about him before?
Everybody knew of him. I never met him before.
Who were the big DJs at that time? Mighty Mai,
and Stretch.
Yeah.
Those
Mark was up and coming.
And Mark was like right up there. And you had Jules.
What do you mean Jews?
DJ Jules?
Like Jewish?
No, Jules. Jules. He he moved to Hawaii. He started working for Stussy.
Oh, I never.
You probably know of him, but he was like a big DJ at the time also. So yeah, those are like the top guys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so like Mark was like, so this party Mark was doing, like all the hip hop heads was like coming to it, like Jay-Z, Biggie, Busta.
Oh shit!
So that was like my first time like experiencing, like seeing like all these hip hop heads at a club.
And you were opening for him?
Yeah.
Damn.
So that was like kind of my start.
Oh shit!
Damn, that's great.
Yeah.
So then, when you did that party with Mark, were you like his go-to guy for opening?
It was like I opened it for a couple of times, and after that I stopped doing it with him. But I was still doing parties for Bill and Tony.
Yeah.
And they was doing like the biggest parties in the city at the time. And Mark and Mighty Mine was like their top DJs, go-to DJs.
Right.
So whenever even them was out of town, they would call me to fill in for them.
So you were doing all the Bill Spectors, all the Tony Montanas,
Exactly.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then what were they playing like?
All hip hop, like.
But then you put in some Blondie.
And then I put in Blondie, some R&B.
Yeah.
Like
were you doing like time frames of sets, or were you mixing everything up? Never.
I would start it off with like 80s R&B.
Okay.
Then you go into the new hip hop, and then you go back to like the 80s R&B, and it was like kind of back and forth.
But it wasn't that open format style where you dipping and everything.
A little bit.
It was, yeah.
So like, let's break down the night in New York, how it would work out, because you would have to do the whole night, right?
Yeah.
So you would start at 10:30, and then you would end at like 4.
Yeah.
So like 10:30, you would get there. You would start playing like
George Benson, Give Me the Night. Charlemagne, Night to Remembers. Shit like that.
Rising to the Top.
Outstanding. Mary Jane Girls, All Night Long.
So all of these classics, we would play from 10:30 to like
11:30,
12.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you'd start dropping like
Biggie.
SWV now, like a little bit more,
like
or was that later in the 2000s?
It was a little bit of SWV. Yeah, Mary J. Blige, of course.
Was it like top 40 records? Like in that time, like
at the time, it wasn't considered top 40.
Okay,
it was just like R&B and hip hop. Yeah.
You always started the night with R&B, and then you didn't really drop any hip hop till like 12:31. I would say 1 o'clock, right?
12:31 between that time. Yeah.
So like 1 o'clock, you would start dropping like all the
bangers at the time.
All the bangers.
Yeah.
But then you would circle back around 1:30 or 2 to like up-tempo Michael Jackson.
Exactly, yeah.
Like all the disco dope, primetime records.
Yeah.
Even some 80s like Sweet Dreams and all that shit. Like you do all the dance shit like around 1:30.
Genius of Love, New Shoes, I Can't Wait.
Like the big
like 80s like
club disco and 70s and 80s records.
At that time, what time was prime time? Was it 2 o'clock, 1:30?
It was like 2, like 1:30
like
to
1:30.
3.
Yeah, not like 1:30. Like
but but then like 2 o'clock. But like if you you could like in New York, this was the thing. If you DJ'd till 2 and didn't play one big hit, and then I got these motherfuckers
you keep
till
that shit
4:30
going until
4:30.
Yeah,
and that was the thing. It was like, you would stretch out the classics to maybe 1 o'clock, or like the R&B shit.
Yeah.
And then you would stretch it out to 1, and then you'd be like, I'm gonna give them a little taste of some like hip hop, and then I'm gonna go back to 80s, and by 2 a.m. I'm be like, all right, now I'm gonna drop
hit it.
Now I'm gonna drop all
the Bad Boy, all the Rockefeller and shit. Yeah,
and then you would just kill them like the prime. That's why I was saying prime time would be 2 a.m.
Yeah,
you could just murder that shit.
Yep.
Because remember back in the day, no one would show up till sometimes 1.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna ask that. Did you guys were able to keep a crowd not playing the hits till 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Like that was the thing. Like if you knew how good a DJ was, if they were like holding out till 2 a.m. and the room was just still popping,
Yeah.
That's why like when I came to Vegas, it was such a different mentality because they just wanted you to just
by 12 o'clock you like hit them with the hits.
Hit them with the hits. Just hit them with the hits. And I was like, yo,
I used to get in trouble. It's like, dude, I'm trying to hold off. It's like, no, do it now. Play the hits. I'm like, all right.
That's crazy.
It's just the mentality. I don't know. Like, do you think? I don't know. I don't know what the mentality was.
I don't know.
The fast pace.
Call it, yeah.
I could have been I can't front, man. Like motherfuckers drink a lot earlier out here.
Yeah, I mean,
like motherfuckers are plastered by 10
And
o'clock.
also at the time there wasn't no fucking bottle service. Everybody was just chilling at the bar getting drinks.
Yeah.
So everything was like dance floor. Everyone was dancing.
Everybody was chill. Like you said, you see every hip hop artist just hanging out with just the regular.
And they would be in the crowd, so there was no VIP
exactly.
section.
There's no tables.
When did that shit start? The VIP's life?
Yeah, I think so.
Club Life,
like
right?
Maybe like 99,
Yeah,
2000.
we spoke about that before. That was like one of the first VIP shits in 99, 2000.
I couldn't get in.
I got
Never got in.
I barely got into Spa, yo. I was like, I don't know how I got into Spa. So then you started doing all of these parties.
Mm-hmm.
I met you in 2002?
I think so, yeah. No, 2000.
2002.
Even 1 and 2.
2.
Okay, so it was 2, yeah.
After 9/11.
Yeah, after 9/11.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only way I can
Yeah.
give you guys a good.
Yeah.
It was after 9/11. I started doing Light,
Mm-hmm.
which was Light was like a ultra lounge there. Paris Hilton used to go there.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
Andrew Sasson.
Yeah.
And Liz Grumman, right?
Yeah.
She was like she was dating Andrew at the time, so
But she
was like
helped
helping
bring a lot of
market it.
celebs there,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly, yeah.
And that shorty actually ran over somebody in the
And
Hamptons.
in the Hamptons Conscious
That was a big thing back then
I heard
in New
about
York.
that.
You heard about that?
I heard about the run over and shit.
Yeah.
Lizzie Grumman.
Lizzie Grumman, yeah.
And then she was ousted for a second, right? She was like gone a little bit.
She laid low for a minute.
Yeah. But that's fucking nuts. Anyway, so was Light kind of the premier joint at that time?
Well, it's funny. Well, before I started DJing for Andrew, I was DJing at this spot called Belmont Lounge on, I think, 15th Street. And Lizzie Grumman, one of her workers, came up to me. He was like, yo, his name is Ross. He was like, yo, man, you're a dope DJ. Lizzie Grumman was going to start doing this party at Jet 19. And I think you'd be a dope DJ to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, yeah. So that's when I first started DJing for Light Group. So I did this party. Party lasted like 3 weeks. After that, the party died. But Andrew was there that night. He was just like, yo, man, you want to continue working here? And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. So from there, I went from Jet 19 to Jet Lounge. Then I started doing the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when I started to like get my name out there when I was doing the Hamptons. Because at the time, there was like no open format, no hip-hop going on in the Hamptons.
In New York, like, I just remember in New York, if you went to the Hamptons, you were getting big money. Like, big money, and it just seemed like the most rock star shit in New York.
It sounds like
That's the summertime shit, right?
Yeah, the Hamptons.
Even when I was
Yeah.
there, that was like the city would empty out and everybody would want to go
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
to the Hamptons.
But it
still.
started getting whack in the late
I feel
2000s.
like it's,
right?
like around 2003.
It became like Jersey Shore-ish, right?
Yeah.
A little like kind of bridging, I don't know what the fuck. It just became real douchey or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so you were doing the Hamptons.
Oh, here's a crazy story. When I was first started doing the Hamptons, I was doing Thursday night, which was a local night. So I would take the jitney after housing. I would go get the jitney.
So the jitney was a shuttle.
Yeah, it was
That-
last time.
yeah.
Sounds like a boat.
Oh,
Jitney-
yeah, it was a
The
bus.
jitney is a bus shuttle that would drive from like 42nd Street or like what was the
I
pickup?
caught it. I got it at 86th Street.
86th Street, and it would go to.
It would make those stops, and I think 42nd was the last stop. And
It would
then
go to
from there-
Long Island. It was
Yeah.
like a 3-hour drive,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I
The
get off
Hamptons
of,
is not close.
I don't know.
So like I said, I get off of work at housing 4 o'clock, go home, change, catch like a 5:30 bus to the Hamptons, get to the Hamptons like around 8:30. Then I DJ that night, the whole night from 10 to 4. After I'm finished there, I get the jitney, the bus, and come back into the city 7:30. Go to my house, change, and then I go to work at 8 o'clock.
A housing?
Shout out to Tyrone.
Crazy, yo.
Exactly, yeah.
That's why you paid the crackhead to do all that.
Exactly,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like the first year I was doing the Hamptons. The second year, even crazier, I would do the same thing, but I would have to go back to the Hamptons Friday night. So I would go work Friday in housing, and then I would just go back to the Hamptons Friday night and DJ the whole weekend.
At what point were you like, fuck the housing shit? Let me get this DJ money more.
Before 9/11.
Okay.
It was like
2001?
That summer of 2001. That's when it was like, yo, you know what? I'm making all this money. I just like quit housing. I was just like, fuck it, I don't need this shit no more. And then I got scared because after I quit, that's when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
And it was like I wasn't working for a minute.
Oh, it got cold.
Yeah.
Oh, did it get cold? Did it?
I mean, a lot of clubs like closed down. It was like,
Oh shit.
especially in the city. So I was just like, oh shit, I picked the wrong time to quit housing.
Did you go back to housing?
No, I didn't. But things picked up. So from there, It was back to where it was, but it took a while.
I think it picked up after like fucking 4 months or so, like the top of the year.
Nah, maybe like 2 months, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, but it was crazy because like when he started doing the Hamptons, and then there was talks about opening their first club, Light, in Vegas, in the Bellagio.
Mm-hmm.
I just started, so I was filling in all the nights he couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So they would be like, first couple of times I worked there, they were like, oh, never this, never this, never that, never does this, never does that. So I didn't even know who the fuck he was, but they would always talk about you as the resident, and I was filling in for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I finally met you, I like listened to you DJ, and I was like, damn, this dude is like flawlessly going through genres. And I didn't really know much about rock at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then plus, like, I didn't have the advantages of like growing up in a family that was playing like, you know, Sly and the Family Stones and like Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up to the music. I would just hear it outside, like, you know, my building or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to do all the research and really look for the
I was
music.
luckily I grew up on all that music, so I knew everything. So it wasn't like I had to do research.
My mom was listening to like opera and like weird Korean shit, you know? So like I would like I had to do a lot of research to get to hear all that music. But like when I would hear Neva, I'd be like, damn, he's like, and I was like, yo, I gotta be like this motherfucker. Like he's doing the Hamptons, he's actually flying to Vegas and and doing all of this shit.
Yeah.
But you would tell me some crazy. Is the Hamptons where you met Eddie McDonald?
No, actually, when I was doing Jet 19, I met Eddie because I think he was doing like a Friday night, and I forgot what night I was doing, but that's when we got cool. We started talking, and then my second in the Hamptons, me and him would do the night together, like we did Fridays and Saturdays. I would start off with hip hop, then he would end the night with house.
Yeah.
So
he was the house DJ,
and I was the hip hop DJ.
Because he used to split that.
And then
shit
hip
up.
hop was like the opening, because at the time, like I said, they wasn't really playing hip hop in the Hamptons, especially at those clubs like Jet. What was it? Jet
Lounge.
No, Jetties. I'm sorry, it was Jetties. So yeah, they wasn't doing no hip hop. So that was kind of new to them. So I would do hip hop from 10:30 to 12:30. Then Eddie would do house the rest of the night.
And then you guys would sleep in the club?
No, we would like sleeping wherever we could sleep at.
Yeah.
We would like find anybody who houses. I don't know. Eddie knew more people than me, so we was like fucking sleeping on people's sofas, the floors. Like we was like bums in the Hamptons. But
It sounds like fun though.
it was.
Sounds like college.
They had the worst DJ booth. Remember at Jet
Man.
East?
Yeah, man.
They
What do you
would. You would have to crawl to get in. So like it was the DJ booth, and then there was a hole that you had to crawl through.
Oh, I had to do one of those recently.
It was really. it was like the most demeaning shit ever because I think I was like talking to a shorty. I was doing the Hamptons. She was a waitress there, or we was just talking, and then I had to go to the bathroom and I had to crawl out, and then she just looked at me like,
What are you doing?
fucking
"What? Like you fucking animal! Like your fucking hands on you're on all fours walking out." It was like the most. And then when you had records, you had to like. It was like impossible.
I
It
know,
was like,
man. Yeah.
It was like fucking hard duty.
But it was fun as fuck though. I had a great time out there when I was doing it.
I can't even imagine what kind of shit you were doing in the Hamptons,
Man,
bro.
it was a lot, man.
So then, fast forward.
Oh man.
So then you was doing the Hamptons, and then you opened Vegas.
No, Eddie opened Vegas. And here's the funny thing is like Eddie opened Vegas. So when he left for Vegas, at the time, like I said, they wasn't doing hip hop in the Hamptons. So they tried to do me with this other DJ. Like I do the hip hop, and this other DJ would do the house. But the other DJ sucked. He was horrible. So they was like, yo, just let Neva do the whole night. I think he could do house. Like he can mix it up. So that year, that was like 2002. That was like the first year I did the night by myself. So
Did they give you more money?
yeah. And you know what's so funny? I was doing Thursdays and Saturdays. And the Friday night DJ was Omar Galliano.
Really?
That's the OG.
And I met him once, but I didn't really know him at the time.
He was like a chubby raver kid at that time, right?
Chubby raver kid.
Yeah.
Probably had fat ass fingers.
So he was doing house Fridays, and I was doing like the little
Fucking insane.
hip hop mix on Saturdays. But yeah,
So wait, you had to learn all the house music, right?
actually I learned it from Eddie.
So just listening to him, seeing what records he
Wait,
played.
he was working at this record store called Beyond Bass, Yeah. So I would go there. I'd be like, yo, Eddie, you gotta hook me up with like the latest house records, which is big in the clubs, and he would like give me like everything that was banging at the time. And from there, I just learned how to like mix in the house and the hip hop.
It's so crazy now that like I think about it back then when we would just go to record stores and be like, yo, you go to the house section or you go to the house record, the vinyl shop, and you'd be like, yo, I need like all the bangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the dude would just they would literally just pick all the bangers and just give it to you.
Basically give you the set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Be like, yo, put it in order.
So yeah, Eddie like definitely helped me out.
What was the big songs back then with the house?
Music Sounds Better.
Lady, Mojo.
Man Van Hoden, You Don't Know Me Now.
Yeah.
Man, what else? Oh, man. One More Time.
Oh, yeah, for real?
Yeah.
That was that time?
Yeah.
I guess so.
That was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's right after Music Sounds Better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a great era for house, though.
It was, man.
That was a dope era for house.
That Whitney Houston shit, You Know Me, then.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care anyway.
Yeah.
That was big at the time.
It was the whose remix was it?
Shit, man.
I know
can't
what you
think of
mean.
that,
It
but
was
you know what I'm talking about.
and he did the Tony Braxton remix.
Yes. No. What's that shit?
Oh, the Deborah Cox.
There we go. Yeah.
The Deborah Cox
That's
remix.
the one, yeah.
Oh, I got to find out now. Even if we have to
And
pause
you
this.
tell me you didn't
I got to
have
find out who it
be
was.
there.
Nobody's supposed to be here?
That's it. Yeah.
That's the one.
Nobody's supposed to be here.
Yep.
Who's the remix, though?
Hector?
Hex
Hector.
Hector. He did the Whitney Houston one also.
Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
those are like the
those were
biggest
mega
songs at the
records,
time. Yeah.
I remember playing that shit.
So yeah, that was like.
So at what point did you come out here? Did they like...
Oh, like when Light opened in Vegas, they was trying out all these DJs. Everybody they was bringing out to Vegas kind of bombed. So I think Andrew finally heard me do the Hamptons in that summer in 2002, and he was just like, "Yo, all right, this DJ got better." He was like, "Yo," and he finally brought me out here in like October of that year. So I'll never forget. I came out here and I was ready to DJ, and there was a DJ that was like opening. Mm-hmm. I think it was his night, and he didn't know that there was another DJ.
Who was it?
It was Bleep.
I won't say the name. Fuck it. Dude. Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, "Yo, who are you?" And I'm like, "Yo, never, man. I'm the guest DJ tonight." He was like, "Who booked you?" And I was like, "Andrew, the club owner." He was like, "All right." So he gets on. He plays like all the hits, and he like kind of burned me. So I was like, "Fuck." So he gets off. He plays whatever, all the hip songs. So at the time, no DJ in Vegas is playing like rock.
Yeah.
So I was doing hip hop and rock, and everybody was like going crazy. It was like, oh shit. So
it backfired on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking loser.
You brought that New York.
Exactly, that New York style to Vegas.
New York style, yeah.
What you get?
So then after that, they was like, yo, they brought me back the next month. So they started bringing me back like once a month to DJ in Vegas.
So they weren't doing the AC/DC sets?
Not really.
This is 2002.
Yep, 2002. Yeah.
So they weren't doing the AC/DC,
Not really,
50
no.
Cent,
Sweet Child of Mine,
In the
all of that
Club.
shit. The Blur.
In the Club had just came out.
Oh,
So that was like the biggest song at the time. Yeah.
So then you were doing Light, and then they were like, yo, we got to bring this motherfucker out.
No, the funny thing was they kept bringing me out here, and I kept losing gigs in New York.
And they aren't going to
Because
Crooked.
promoters is like, yo, man, you're not here. We need a DJ that's gonna be available all the time. You like out of town, so I started losing gigs in New York. So I was like, fuck it. So at one point when I was in Vegas, I was talking with Andrew, and I was like, yo, if I was decided to move out to Vegas, can I be a resident DJ at Light? He was like, yeah. So I was ready to make that move, but I got into it with So that night I was DJing. I got into it with one of the hosts at the club.
Okay.
Who happens to be Sean Christie. Who's like now the fucking
Head of MGM.
The head of MGM. At the time, he was like, I think he was like a manager or whatever. But I was playing in the club for like during the night. I was playing in the club like maybe 3 times during that night.
Like back to back or like throughout the whole night?
Throughout the whole night.
Okay.
The third time, he comes to the booth. He takes the record off the needle, grab the record, and runs away.
So it was a bzzz, so like the record
it was
stopped.
like that, and it was like, oh shit. So I had to like grab another record and put it on, and me and him got into it. We almost fought in the fucking stairway of like
that long one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they booked. It was like we didn't fight, but it was just like fuck it. I'm not moving out to Vegas. So then like a month went by, and nobody like ever called me back to apologize, whatever. And I was like not working as much as I was. So I was like, fuck, man. So I was like, I called them. I was like, yo, is this still cool if I moved out to Vegas? Do I still have work out here? And it was like, yeah, man.
No, we like you. Come out.
So yeah. So then after that, that's when I moved out to Vegas.
And you and Sean Chrissy squashed that shit.
Yeah. We squashed it.
They're
yeah.
friends now.
Yeah.
Did you ever get your Daft Punk record back?
No, it was on 50 in the club.
In the club. My bad.
Yeah. So then you moved out here.
And my original plan was to only DJ out here that springtime.
Yeah.
Because I moved out here in April. So I wanted to like DJ for a few months, then go do the Hamptons that summer. But I don't know where they came out with a contract. It was like, yo, we want you here for the year. So I just signed the contract. Like, fuck it.
Is that when you got the bonus?
No.
This is the first time I ever heard of DJs getting a contract too, right?
Yeah.
I didn't hear of that. I was like, that wasn't like a thing that happened. So like, even when I tried out and they gave me a contract, it was a scary thing because it was like,
You don't know about it.
no, well, like I just never. It was dope, but it was at the same time, it was like a new thing that was happening because we always got paid by cash.
Exactly, yeah.
Or we got a check, we sent the invoice, but it wasn't like, yo, like you have a contract, and if you breach this contract, like you can't work anywhere and blah,
Quick
blah,
question:
blah.
Did you guys get any benefits, or was it like
No,
a,
it's
No,
all
a
independent
salary?
contractor.
But
It's not salary.
The contract was to guarantee you work 3 nights a week.
okay, at a certain rate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the time, they had just opened the lounge, Caramel, at the Bellagio.
Okay.
So I was DJing at Light maybe twice a week and Caramel once a week.
It was you and Eddie, right?
Yeah. So me and Eddie was like rotating. We was like the only DJs that was.
Really on a YouTube?
Yeah.
Were motherfuckers hating on you here in Vegas when y'all first came out here?
Probably.
I'm not sure, man.
Like, look at these New York motherfuckers.
Maybe.
A little bit.
I think so, man.
I couldn't hear the broke boys.
I couldn't hear the Broke Boys too.
And that was, I totally understand too. It's like, yo, how these fucking New York DJs coming to Vegas and they doing these clubs?
Yeah.
So maybe
I feel like that stigma always sticks around, though.
it's still here, man.
It's still here.
It is still here. Trust
I
me.
get it. I completely get it. But at the same time, it's like, that's not what, like, moves shit forward.
I know,
the end.
yeah.
But you guys at Light, you guys had, like, the old Rain knob mixer. You
Yeah.
didn't have a fader.
No, there was no fader. It was like the knob.
The rotary.
Yeah.
I mean, you
so it's
said
all
that-
rotary knobs
Yeah.
on.
And I think I told the story before. One night I was they had AM as a guest DJ. This is before. This is like big AM. Like
Fat AM. Yeah.
Fat AM. He came. I didn't even know who this guy was. It was like, yo, we got this guest DJ. He's like the biggest DJ in LA. His name's AM. I'm like, all right, cool. So he comes on and he sees the rotary. He's just like, yo, I can't DJ on this shit, man. I need a crossfader. So he tried to DJ for like maybe 20 minutes. He was just like, yo, I can't do this shit, man.
That's weird.
Was that hard for you to adapt?
No, that's what
No.
that's what we had in
We
New
had it
York.
in New
Okay,
York
so
at the time also.
okay.
The big 19-inch joint, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I was able to like scratch, move it back and forth. Yeah.
That's crazy. When I see Rockticon scratch on his knob, I'm like, what the fuck?
On the rotary knobs,
Rotary,
yeah.
yeah.
There would be certain places that you would go. Like, honestly, the bigger the club, the more likely they didn't have a fader.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, so if you had, like, a big mega club, like a big room, like
Light?
Roxy
Uh-huh.
Okay.
or,
Yeah, like Tunnel,
Envy,
yeah.
all these, like, big clubs, a lot of the time they didn't have a fader.
Mm-hmm.
They had all knobs.
Yeah.
So all of these hip-hop DJs that were rocking out all of these parties, they were rocking that shit out on, like, rotary knobs.
Even
yo.
like Flex in the Tunnel.
I mean,
Yeah.
because like most of these clubs, they wasn't built for hip hop DJs. It was made for like house DJs.
Yep.
And house DJs use the knob more than the crossfader.
Also, the sound system, the sound
Yeah,
is
the
way
sound-
better on
yeah,
a fucking
100%
all those
better.
mixes, yo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not gonna put a Vestax in there. It's
Exactly.
gonna sound
yeah.
like shit.
Yeah.
So like they use all the rotary knobs.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
But like
Yeah.
when you heard those motherfuckers, the thing is this: when you have like, and I don't know, I was on Twitter and they were talking about S9s and all of this like equipment and stuff like that. All of these things are like dope,
Yeah.
and I think they're fun. But I think sometimes they're a distraction. And when you limit the amount of capabilities you can do, and you focus on the music and the selection and how you mix shit in,
Mm-hmm.
you really kind of just focus on the party a little bit more.
No, exactly, man.
And when you have all of these like effects and all of these
It's
things you
like
do, it distracts you from
don't
actually
need all that shit, man.
It actually I feel like it distracts you from engaging with the audience. But what it does is it evolves into the DJ being a performer. Does that make sense? Instead of the DJ being a DJ with an S9 with doing routines, it becomes more of like this kind of musician performer.
It's like a show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that I get, and that I respect. But at the same time, if you're losing a room and you're getting paid to DJ a room, I think it's a distraction.
And I think a big part of that too is that you see there's some DJs that can do that, like a dope performance on like on an S9 or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's so many more bad DJs that are trying to do it and they're doing it terribly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the mashup era.
Yeah.
When it's like it was very rare to have a good mashup, but then all of these all these nightclubs in America wanted mashup DJs. So then they just started like literally booking anybody, and everyone's just started calling themselves a mashup DJ.
I know, yeah.
And then it was just horrible. Like you would hear these dudes DJ, and you're like, why are they playing? Why are they mixing like I think like anything with tipsy drums? They would put tipsy drums on everything.
The biggest was Tipsy Over the Rent, the song from Rent.
Oh yeah.
What?
They would for the musical Rent.
The musical Rent, yeah.
500 million.
500
With tipsy drums.
But you know why, right?
I want to hear
People
that.
blame that shit
You
on.
never heard that before?
Nah.
People blame it on AM.
Yeah, he used to do the. I remember that mix.
I remember Ratikon used to hate that shit.
It was the Oasis into the Rent.
Yeah.
He did,
And then
When
he
it was
would,
Oasis with the super duck
Yeah,
drums.
with that drums, and then they would go into the Rent.
Yeah, I've heard
and he'd
that.
go to the Rent, and then he would play Tipsy over it. Right?
Yeah.
Ratikon used to hate that shit. He used to be like, "This is fucking horrendous." This is
But it was
awful."
big at the time. I mean, like everybody loved it.
I remember it's like everything had a Tipsy drums. Remember?
I know, yeah.
They would put it over everything, yo.
Yeah, I remember like
It was a horrible era, yo.
Yeah.
But fuck, man. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Just getting to
the-
Vegas.
Yeah, the rotary mixer.
Yeah, the
Oh, the
rotary
rotaries,
mixer,
yeah.
the AM. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I was doing Vegas.
There was a couple of DJs that fucking would flip out and be like, "Holy shit!" at the rotary mix. It
Yeah.
wasn't just AM.
Nah, it was.
I remember you telling me like Hurricane, right?
That was. I think Eddie told you that story, but yeah, that was another DJ. That
There was like a few motherfuckers that would come up and do that.
Yeah.
That was like something that I think a lot of New York motherfuckers took pride in, though. That West Coast DJs couldn't. Now I'm looking like I'm shitting.
I mean,
on
but
West Coast DJs.
Hurricane's from New York,
But yeah, a lot of motherfuckers couldn't do both.
Yeah.
They couldn't do rotary and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. You could actually tell like how seasoned or how a DJ, what kind of rooms and what kind of clubs he was doing if he knew how to rock a party with rotaries.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, oh, you don't know how to rotaries? It's like you haven't been doing clubs, man. It was just like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like if
No,
you knew how to
totally.
do it, you were just kind of, and that's why like I would go in these rooms and I'd be like, fuck rotaries, and I'd be like, I can't sound and I can't act like I don't know how
But
to
you
do
know,
this.
my thing was I just wanted to DJ, so it was just like fuck it. I gotta.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
wanna-
figure
I'm
it
gonna do
out.
this- I'm gonna
Gotta
figure
make
this
it
shit
work.
out and
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it work.
Well, when was the first time Krieger came out here and listened to you?
I didn't listen to
Nah,
him.
you never.
You never came out and visited him and like
Never.
No,
I
you
came
came
out-
out one
I came
time
here
to
to
hang out.
try out.
No, you came out before, but I think I wasn't DJing at the time. You was working at some company, and you had like a company trip.
Was that really?
That was like the first time you came out here. Yeah,
No.
you didn't try out yet, because when you first came out here, I didn't have my house yet. I think I was in the process of like trying to
when
get
I stayed
you
at
out
your
here.
crib.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I remember.
yeah,
Oh yeah, because I stayed at your apartment.
yeah, exactly.
It's funny because he was helping me out in New York. So I was staying at his crib, and you had to go do something. I forgot what the fuck.
It's
you
always
had to
funny.
do.
At the time, I was looking at houses.
Yeah, he was
And
looking
then-
at houses, and then he's like, "Yo, I'll be right back." And I was like, he left, and I was at his crib alone, and I was like, "Yo, I want to get Neva a gift." So I said, "I'm gonna get him some sneakers because he's like a sneakerhead." So I went in his bedroom and in his closet, and I started looking for his sneaker size, and it never came back in. And Neva was like looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing in my bedroom closet?" And I looked mad shady. I was like, "Yo, what's up, man?" I was just looking for the bathroom. I forgot what I said.
Nigga at the bathroom, but these shoes came out of nowhere.
By the way, I still have those sneakers.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they were?
They were They're Air Force Ones.
Which ones?
The patent leather navy.
The
right?
navy blue with the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those are dope.
Yeah.
But I remember I got him those, and then I explained myself later, and you were like, I was wondering what the fuck you were doing in my crib. Like, you was looking at my shit. I always thought, like, damn, he thinks I'm a shady motherfucker.
Nah.
But yeah, so then you got your house.
I had my house, and here's the thing. At the time, they would open Jet, and they was like looking for like DJs to come out here to fucking work the club. And then I forget, the week before I was in New York, and Cricket was DJing at the, I'm gonna say Flamingo, Pink Flamingo. Was that?
Oh, Pink Elephant.
Pink Elephant, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was killing it, and I was just like, yo, he would kill it in Vegas. So that next week or that week in Vegas, we had a meeting. It was like, yo, so what DJs y'all think should come out here? And I was like, yo, I know this guy in New York named Crooked. He's fucking dope. And it was like, at the time, it was like, my world was like, I was like kind of the man in like groups. It was like, yeah, all right, bet, we're gonna check him out.
Yeah, so they did me like they did a tryout. So then I flew out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
How did it go?
they were bugging out because I think the first night I did,
it was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday. It was like their biggest night, and I was playing a lot of 80s.
He was playing like one song in particular. It was like Madonna, Isla Bonita, and it was like, yo, what the fuck is he doing?
Was it working?
It was like the first song I played.
Yeah,
right?
it was just like
it was like a warm up.
Yeah,
and then I started doing like Cyndi Lauper and like all of this 80s shit, and then everyone was singing like the shit.
Yeah.
And I think it was alright.
It was different. It was like, yo, what is he doing?
And when I was playing house, right?
Yeah,
I played like this different. I played like probably Bob Sinclair and all this house that like they don't usually play. That was popping in New York.
Yeah.
Like Love Generation was just dropping, and then there was like a ton of house that motherfuckers wasn't maybe playing. I don't know, like Paul Johnson, Down to Down.
I mean, not really, but yeah. It was like certain.
So then I was just playing that shit, and I think it was like. It was like the beginning of just like moving in towards a little bit more house when we started playing like more David Guetta.
It was like we was kind of getting out of the rock shit and into a little bit more house.
And it was going into like Bob Sinclair and David Guetta and shit like that. Like, and then so then I think they offered me. They said if you want to move out, right?
Yeah.
So I took the contract and I moved out here. And that's how
we
linked up.
And that was like the
what year was that?
It was after Thanksgiving. Cause
it was the end of 2005. So when I moved out here, it was like Christmas. It was like December.
Oh, actually, no. You tried out after Thanksgiving, cause that's the time when I got in trouble at Light.
Yeah.
So it was like a Thanksgiving. I had like a Thanksgiving dinner at my house, and I had to DJ at Light that night. So after the dinner, it was like a bunch of us went to Light, and we was drinking all day, and I was drinking all day, and I started drinking more at night, and I got kind of fucked up.
Kind of? Sounds like you were white girl wasted.
Yo, put it this way. When I had my tryout, I went to the bar to get a drink, and the manager, Frank Massey, he's like, well, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, yo, I'm getting a drink, he's like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the DJ. And the bartender came with the drink, and Frank Massey pushed the drink away from me, and he's like, DJs don't fucking drink. And I was like, what?
Thanks, Neva.
And I was like, he's like, DJs aren't allowed to fucking drink. He's like, no fucking drinks for you or something. I was like, God damn. I was like, and I went to Neva. I said, yo, what the fuck happened? He's like, yo, man, I kind of fucked up. So yeah, they were just, and then he just proceeded to tell me that you fucking fell asleep while he was DJing.
I fell asleep while I was DJing. And then
Never.
Nobody could understand what I was saying. I was like mumbling this and that, and it was just like, all I remember was I kind of like sobered up, and I'm just like, yo, what happened? I feel like somebody put something in my drink though.
No, that was just shit.
No, it was called all.
So it was so funny. At the end of the night, all the like the staff, the security, they was just looking at me, and I was just like, oh,
was this still all vinyl?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
it's Serato.
It was Serato. It was
okay.
This is what I heard, man. You got so fucked up, you fell asleep, and it was still the club was packed, and he fell asleep. He woke up. He thought it was the end of the night. He shut off his computer, unplugged everything, and went home.
And then who the fuck got on?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Oh shit.
That's what happened.
That's some rock star shit though, right?
No fucks given by Nev.
Can you imagine that shit?
It's like
And what'd you get? Like
All right, we
suspended or
No.
fired?
No.
No, but they made a new rule that no DJs can drink now.
And then that night when you tried out, I went downstairs to the bar and got a drink for you. It came back up. Like,
No,
yo.
I said, can we drink at the casino bar? And then we were like, yeah. And then we just took
that's
some
what it
shots
was,
at
yeah,
the casino
yeah.
bar. And then
This
went
was at
back
Jet.
up.
No,
No,
this is at Light.
Oh,
Jet
Light.
hadn't
He had to
opened
try
yet.
that Light, yeah, and then
Okay. You
Yeah,
can open
that's
Jet.
right,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
But when I moved out here, him and Neva and Eddie were fucking animals, bro.
I know. I mean, you told us before.
They were animal. Like, I think I was definitely shocked. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers.
Like, it was nonstop, you told me.
Yeah, but you guys were kind of like, you guys were so kind of reckless.
a little bit.
Like Light Group at that time had enough. A little bit, because they started like putting up all these rules and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, no, DJs can't drink.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can't do this. You guys can't do that. And you guys are just like kind of like literally like the fucking Bad News Bears, just like causing troubles and shit. I remember that shit. It was really bad.
It was.
But then it all changed after a while. But
Eventually,
it was
it had to. Yeah. It was bad at that time. Man.
Fucking Nev.
I know. He was on some rock star shit though.
No, I mean, closing your laptop, giving a fuck about the crowd.
I just remember like everywhere we went, it was just like, Neva, Eddie, hey, like best seat in the restaurant. Like, yo, you don't have to wait. Everything was like, yo,
VIP.
just come, VIP. Like, yeah, you just come in. And I was just like, damn, these motherfuckers run the city.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers run shit.
Yeah.
At that time, remember they gave us business cards.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most pimp shit. So I had a business card that said Jet Nightclub and Light, and it said DJ Crooked and Richard's song.
Oh shit, yeah.
Remember this?
I forgot about that, but yeah.
I could go anywhere in the city and show them that card, and they would treat me like a fucking
be
king.
good money.
Damn.
It was the most pimp shit. I could go to like a club, and they'd be like, "What's up?" And I'd be like, "Yo, what's up, man? I DJ at Jet." They'd look at my business card. They'd be like, "Yo, please come in, man. Yo, here's some drink tickets."
Damn.
It was like the most. It was like the
That was
best
a
shit.
That was a move.
Those are like.
Do you still have your cards?
I think I might have some.
I think I still have mine.
They don't work anymore.
Those are
Of
fucking.
course not,
But that was a beautiful era.
It was,
That
man.
was fucking dope, man. You
Yeah.
could go anywhere. You could go to any restaurant. You could go
So
anywhere.
you were if you were with a shorty, pull up and just pull the card out.
I could go to a restaurant that was booked, like totally booked. Like where do you go? Sushi
Nobu?
Roku. We used to go to
Sushi
Sushi Roku. I was showing them. I'd be like, "Yo, what's up, man? I'm a DJ for Light Group. Here's my card." They'd be like, "Yo, we're a little full right now. Let me see if I can get you a table." They would just try to get me a table. Oh, like we can't get you a table. We're gonna set you up really nice at the bar. They give you like free appetizers. They just take care of you because it was like at that time you took care of industry motherfuckers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was like reciprocated, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was a different. It was
It was
like
a different era, man.
I mean, I hear like motherfuckers talk about like the mobster Vegas era,
Mhm.
where like they took care of motherfuckers. That was maybe the closest shit to like mobster Vegas
man.
for me,
Mhm.
because that card was so important. Remember?
Yeah.
It was
Hell
like
yeah,
gold,
man.
bro.
Yeah, man.
I'll never forget that, man. That was the shit. And then all of a sudden the card just stopped working. Right?
I know, yeah.
It's like, what do you mean?
Yo, Jet. No,
You know,
it's not running.
It just
through,
stopped
fam.
working, right? Or like people, motherfuckers didn't
It
care
didn't
about
have the
that shit.
same. It didn't have the same.
You know when it
value.
stopped working? I think when XS opened.
No, I'm gonna say when oh man, what's the club at the Caesars?
Oh, not Pure.
I think so. When Pure,
No, Pure. It was still good at Pure, except the
Yeah.
dudes at the
Yeah.
dudes who did the door at Pure were they were tough.
yeah.
You had to wear dress shoes every time.
Yeah,
man.
If you didn't have dress shoes, they would have shoes on the side
For you, yeah.
available for you to rock.
But yeah, I mean, and then you came into Vegas and we hung out,
Mhm.
and then I told him like, yo, let's open I remember I said let's open a
It's
store
open, yeah.
in 2007.
Because at the time, I mean, we were spending our money. We was like going to Rhino like 4 or 5 times a week,
Was it that much?
maybe like 4 times a week.
that's a lot.
We weren't there that much.
We was going there. We was going there a lot, man.
Never remembers. You don't remember, Kirk.
I remember.
And we was like cool with the whole staff, man. All the dancers. Like,
it was a different era back then because they were more chill.
Yeah.
They were like more like homegirls. Like you just like.
But was Rhino still in the same location?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more chill though. Like you could like hang out and you just talk shit and then crack jokes. And then like remember we bring like Riz Day, like everyone that came into town we bring them.
Every guest DJ coming in town we would go over there.
They hit us up. We hang out at Rhino after the gigs and we'd like talk for like 4 hours, bro.
Yeah.
We'd be there just talking shit for 4 hours.
Sun was up by the time y'all left.
I don't even think we ate anything there. We rarely ate shit.
Nah.
It was just like, yo, we'd be drinking and talking and talking shit, and then we'd be walking out at 8 a.m. in the morning, yo.
So, and we were spending a lot of money at the time.
Yeah.
So, but Craig came up, he was like, yo, you want to open a shop? And I was like, I have money. Fuck it. I'm down. Let's do it.
I know. Biggest mistake I ever thought of.
But then when we open a shop, and what happens with you?
Oh, yeah.
We can say that for
long
his
story,
birthday.
but yeah.
Save it for
That's
your
when I got in trouble with the light group.
This seems like a reoccurring.
Yeah. God damn it.
It's not that I even got in trouble with the light group. Something happened with at the light group. Then it wasn't even my fault. It was a total misunderstanding. 2 managers were like using me as a pawn, and then ultimately,
You have the short end of the stick.
I mean, yo, like I was probably feeling myself at the time, and I was probably like leveraging the situation because I thought at the time AM was getting like remember AM was just getting like I don't know an insane amount of money. 10,000 a night, 12,000.
Was this before the $1 million contract?
No, I think it's right when the $1 million
around the same, right around that time.
20K a gig.
20K a gig. So I was like, yo, I was pushing for more money, and I think they were just kind of like,
You're not AM.
no, I think they were like, yo, like I said, that wasn't even why I left the light group. I said, look, I'll re-sign a contract. Look, something dirty happened. I said, yo, I need a new contract because you guys already
also at the time, didn't you bring in like Zach to negotiate your contract?
Yeah.
That's how you.
I
fucked up.
I was working with this dude, Zach Gitman.
Yeah.
And because it was the first time I wanted a manager there, because I felt like I needed a manager because they suspended me for no reason. Remember?
Yeah.
They suspended me one time and they forced me to get my ear checked.
What? But that was before. That's when you first came out, though.
No, they suspended me for a week, but I was paid. So I was paid for the week, and they said you can't come back till you bring back a thing that checks your ears because the monitors are too loud.
And to this day, monitors is still loud when you DJ, man.
Yeah, they are mad loud.
But that was the time. But I was at the time that was like so crazy to me coming from New York, like them being like, yo, you're like the owner thinks you said you play the monitors too loud, so like you're suspended, and now you go get your ears checked. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? And it was just like they were just kind of like just like throwing you around like, yo, you got to start dressing different. So it's like it was all the shit. So I wanted to bring in a manager just for protection because I didn't know how to talk to like these corporate motherfuckers. Yeah. But I remember when I brought Zach Gitman into the meeting with
was
Andy
it Andy
Massey?
Massey?
And I was like, yo, he's like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, yo, this is Zach, my manager. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not talking to him. I was just like, and Zach was like, he's like, Crooked, I'm not going to fucking talk to him. Actually, I don't even want to fucking talk to you. Both of you guys can get the fuck out of my office. And I was like, because at the time it was like crazy for a DJ to have a manager.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then I just and then it was just downhill from there, I think. Jeez.
And then like we had just opened new. So it was just like, the big thing was like, oh yeah, we DJ in light group. We want to bring all these people in. Then this motherfucker like
fucks it all up.
Fucks it all up. I'm like, damn, man.
No, the main thing I wanted in my contract was like, look, because at the time Tao wanted me. Because Omar Galliano was like, look, we want you, because Vice went over to Pure.
Pure, yeah.
So they didn't have a Saturday dude. So like, we want you to be the new Saturdays at Tao. So I was like, yo, Light Group is kind of fucking with me right now. I just need them to take out the clause, the non-compete clause in the contract. So I said, I'll re-sign a contract with you, but you need to take out the 1-year non-compete clause. I need this much money. They said, we'll give you that much money, but we're not taking that shit out the contract. And I said, that's when I had to take it stand like, I'm either gonna sign the contract, get paid, but I'm gonna be like their lackey. And I was like, yo, I won't sign the contract. And I couldn't work in Vegas for like a year.
Free crooked, guys.
No.
And that's when, I started making T-shirts with like free crooked and shit.
Can we bring those back?
Reprints for the road podcast.
That's a whole nother story.
I know,
Yeah, we gotta save that for another one.
Details of some other shit. But yeah, I mean, that's basically your come up to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And then and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're celebrating your birthday next week.
Yeah.
September 11th at Light.
How long you been in Vegas now?
16 years.
16 years.
God
You're
damn.
not sick
Seen
of
the
this
whole
shit
game
yet?
change.
Just that?
You're not sick of the spot yet?
Nah, not really. Same shit.
He's like, the weather's nice.
All right. Well, yeah. All right. So we're gonna celebrate next Wednesday, 9/11
Yeah.
at Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all gonna be DJing. Me, you.
Yes. It's gonna be the lime green party.
Yeah.
Yes.
The neon party,
Neon
bro.
party,
Yeah, y'all probably saw the commercial by now. Oh no, no,
I know. I see it.
Tomorrow you'll see
Yeah.
a good commercial that we.
It's gonna be a neon thing because I fucking hate neon.
Crooked's been working on this commercial really hard, guys, and it's
Hey,
dope.
pause.
So anyway, guys, quick recap. So next week on Monday, September 9th, we're having the 100 episode live stream
On Mickey D's.
on the Mickey D Show,
Yeah.
djcity.com,
It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on the Facebook page though.
Facebook
and YouTube.
and YouTube. So make sure you have your logins in.
It'll be 7 p.m. and then we're having your birthday
having a
party,
birthday.
Neva's birthday party in Vegas at Light, and
Yeah.
it'll be the neon theme.
Yeah, and we all DJing that night.
Yeah, it'll be the
Everybody.
Road Podcast DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
September 11th, Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
And
And
then
also, Too Short gonna be performing.
Yeah,
that night.
that's right.
Too Short is performing. So
The
where are your
legend.
lime green? And then you can catch this video on youtube.com/Road Podcast every Friday. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment. And
Yeah, and then shout out to DJ City.
Yeah.
We out.
Don Julio, boy.
Yes.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.